Hello! Welcome to Voyages of the Defiance, episode 15, The Reign of Snort.
Well, we'll say that's a working title. Yeah, welcome back to Voyages of the Defiance. Obviously, last time a lot of folks died, and we are picking up with the survivors. So as to where the ship is, we've just left Swine Set, and it is the morning of the 16th of October. So we are going to ask Captain Svensson and Quartermaster Unios, what's the deal? Where are we going?
I'm gonna say we need more crew members.
Yeah.
The share price.
Well.
Back to where it was, lol. It's not that bad.
There are a few options here. If we really don't want to do share price, we can just pay them a fixed rate.
No, like our shares are worth a killing. Like people are gonna want to join if they know the price. And
well, if our shares are worth so much,
yeah, but why would we give them a share if it takes them 3 days to sail to Amiens? It just doesn't make sense. They're
to answer your question, Yara, the thing you have left to do is do the job that you were originally given by Lord Rossfield, which is to kill Alams and Lug Oosful.
I say we just hire a bunch of mercenaries. We don't give out any more shit.
Based,
but we have to get there first.
Well, you do have enough to do sailing, so you move a distance.
We also have a blockade, if that wasn't clear, Yara.
Yeah, there's a dumbass blockade we have to get through that's like cringe and not snort-pilled.
I should label the straits that we've been talking about this whole time. Here we go.
What is snort-pilled? I need to know.
If you have to ask, then you're not up on it.
Yeah, that's true.
So if West Exeter is blocking that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do they claim a reason?
Yeah.
What is that reason?
They're at war with Athon in the Lord's League.
Okay, I wonder why they don't blockade this as well. That's weird.
More importantly, how come the coloration on the map here is different? Is this straight artificial that Eric's put there?
Is what straight artificial?
Look at the water texture. It's different.
Oh, I don't know. I made this map so long ago I forgot, but it does look different.
Yeah, I think you put this here. I think this used to be solid land. So look, the edges aren't as jagged.
Wow.
I think when you generated this, it was solid. That's very funny.
How odd. Anyway, let's head to fucking River Rocks.
Riven Rocks?
Yeah, that one right there.
Where does Riven Rocks belong to?
West Exeter.
Okay, do they like pirates there?
Does anyone like pirates, Jackson?
They don't like Hathon.
They do in Galadrim.
Well, good point.
Yeah, the city-state's kind of chill with them too.
Yeah, well, the city-state's chill with privateers. Everyone's chill with privateers as long as you're not privateering their nation.
That's what we are.
Well, no.
Well, no.
You're definitely just pirates.
Well, you know, you're
pirates
cringe.
is our night job. We're
Fake. Wrong.
We moonlight as pirates?
Yeah.
That is true. But you've been moonlighting for about 3 months, which is enough to be considered a pirate, so...
It's a pretty long moon.
Okay, Ben.
He's right.
We're gonna show up to a port with like 20 people, obviously stolen goods, and rumors that a bunch of pirates were just released from Swine.
What do you mean rumors? You think rumors are getting between Swine Set and River Rocks? How many like personal rumors are you hearing out of the Gaza Strip?
Many.
In fact, I think like probably more than legitimate journalism.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was a bad example.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not great.
To be fair, though, they don't have cell phones, so that does make it a bit harder. Well,
I think there's much communication between these two cities.
My thing is, I think there won't be many rumors because we left immediately and are going relatively fast. So I think that we are going at the speed of information.
It has been about an hour. Well, it's been 9 hours since you were released because you went for an hour and then you slept.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think their first priority was to send out the fast courier boat to Riven Rocks to alert them of our immediate approach.
Sure, these kingdoms are also in a state of war, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I think like a month from now, maybe. Right now, I think we're fine.
Okay, cool. Then let's get 2 navigation checks to figure out where we actually are.
Just outside of Swineset?
Yeah, but where?
West.
You could assume that, but that's why we do navigation checks. Yeah. Alrighty. We are okay. It's a clear day with moderate wind and moderate rain. A classic Northern Kingdoms day, and we are 3 miles west of Swineset. So basically, on the scale of our map, we're basically in the city.
We're just in Swineset.
Like, I mean, you can see it behind you as the sun rises.
So why do you even have us roll the navigation?
Because now you get 2 sailing die, Smile.
That's a good point, I suppose.
What's our speed with no rowers?
Actually, it is not that bad. So your previous normal speed was about 90 miles a day, and that was because you were mixing periods of high-intensity rowing with generic sails. Since now that you have no rowers, you are going to move at the speed of a normal sailing vessel, which is, let me go find it. So your maximum speed would be that, so your average would be like 50, basically.
Should be able to make it there in a day, right?
All right, yeah. I say we just try and straight shot.
I do need to go and quickly alter something, but I'll do that.
I would have to do a navigation check. Could this just work?
That would, regardless of what you do, you're gonna have to do a helmsman check because this strait is too big to be seen across. You can't see 17 miles across.
How about at least this then?
Sure, you're rolling a helmsman check no matter what. Your route of approach doesn't really matter.
You should be able to see both of the shores at once, though, once you're out towards the middle.
when you're in the center of it, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I suppose you would need to do the navigation check when you left. Yep, okay, never mind, I'm tracking now.
Okay, let's get a helmsman check.
Yeah, I say we do this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with that. Wait, do I still have it copy and pasted? I don't.
Boo, he says. Boo.
He does say that. That is a known Svenssonism.
Alright, I'd say that's pretty good.
Alrighty. Yeah, you guys travel across the gap and then travel along the area. Let me quickly... Yeah, you have enough movement to do that. So, about 6 hours into the day, you've crossed the gap now. You are moving... The mountains are directly to your north. You can see, the towering immensity of the arid Lewin Range. And to your west, you guys begin to see a flag merge over the horizon and then a ship quickly following it. The ship is a pretty broadly built Karak, a standard warship. It flies the flag of West Exeter, which is the flag of 2 kingdoms, that of Westbar and Exeter, sort of smashed together. So it's a very messy flag with a lot of different colors on it. And the ship didn't seem to be approaching you at first. It seemed to be doing some sort of patrolling, but it is now tilted its sails and it is moving in your direction. Tilted its rudder, moving in your direction.
Here we go again. Well, do we let this one get up close to us, boys?
Yeah, it's a warship, right?
So was the last one.
Well,
not much option. We have to go to that city, right? All right. Good stuff. Okay, then. Well,
I think the question here is, what's our story gonna be? Like, just deny?
That is a good question. I suppose...
I have an idea. I have a story.
Okay.
All killed?
Give them 10 gold and ask to pass.
The troll toll.
Yeah, we paid the troll toll.
I doubt a warship is gonna... For 10 gold.
Well, pick a bigger number then.
11
based.
Well, they're gonna ask what we're doing, right? We can say we're going to Chalcedon to get crew members. They're gonna ask where the crew members went and why we're so depleted.
They were killed.
Storm.
That is what I was thinking. Yes.
Storm.
How's our ship got better?
We could even flip-flop it up and say we got pirated. And they killed most of them.
And we also have a ton of amber in our ship they didn't take. Yeah, like...
Well, yeah, but remember,
their hold
we
was
left
full.
a bunch of...
Yeah, their hold was full.
Yeah, we left a bunch of stuff on that other ship.
They pillaged your booty and only left scraps.
Yeah, that's what we have.
Like amber.
Yeah,
Like
scraps
amber.
of a crate of cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah, scraps, guys.
That is a good point, actually.
I think storm.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, a storm. Although we're gonna have to think it out a bit more because, like, that much of your crew dying in a storm needs a pretty good story.
I mean,
Yeah,
they
and
don't
also
know.
why-
We could have just been.
Just let me talk. I've got like 1 billion charisma.
Yeah,
Just
but
let me
also,
talk.
It could have just been that we left without
Based halfling.
without rowers. Like, it's a ship that functions without rowers. We could have just not had them to begin
Well,
with.
yeah, to be fair, your rows are currently pulled into your ship since you don't have oarsmen and it would just create drag. So while they could go to the lower deck and be like, oh, clearly this row was once oarsmen on the ship, it doesn't imply that you're currently using them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll say we came across the Hammer's Fall without oarsmen. Although I suppose we need a reason why we didn't stop in Thon then to get crew members.
Well, these guys hate them, so we should just be able to be like, they suck. Am I right?
How about that we're
Okay.
trading cinnamon and amber and Toussaint, since that's something we might do.
Okay, yeah, that's a good. Well, I mean, we still need a reason why we didn't stop in Hathon for more crew members.
I think Snort's on this with just like.
Yeah.
Like
Snort is
they're-
always on
like,
this.
You're at war with them. They're lame, so we didn't do that.
Yeah. What you really think we want to stop in Hathon?
Oh, that's
Pause.
true. Then we'd have a bunch of Athenians coming across this. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Okay, yeah, we'll just let them come then.
It's just funny to hear you guys like work through local prejudices and be like, okay, how do we use this to our advantage?
How do I exploit their hatred
Alright.
of one another?
Well, once the ship gets to about a mile away, which is a little bit beyond cannon range, notably the ship does not have any cannons, only your standard ballistas and such, the vessel stops. It does not drop anchor, but it does lower its sails, and a little dinghy is let down off the side, and this dinghy begins to row towards you.
Here comes the local non-entity.
Excellent. Taxes.
Yeah.
So I assume you get all the senior officers on the edge of the ship and wait for the little dinghy to approach.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so as the dinghy begins to row towards you, you're able to make out some of the contents of the boat. There are 3 people inside. One of them is a rower, just a big, bulky-looking marine dude who's using both the oars at the same time. Big fella. Then there is a person wearing a sort of tightly sealed leather outfit, but they have a large sort of beak cone-like mask, almost resembling a bird, and that you can see little bits of sort of burning smoke drifting out of the nostrils of the mask.
That's why they're here.
And the third person in the boat is similarly dressed to the second one, but they wear a sort of silvery mask over their face instead of a bird-looking one. And as the dinghy gets within shouting range, the one wearing the avian-looking mask will sort of stand up and hold up a piece of paper that you can't read from the distance you're at, and it says, "Greetings, we
You
come
can't
here
read
on
from the
behalf..."
distance you're at, and it says, "What the fuck was that, Alex?"
It says something that you can't read, is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. And then they say something to us.
Yes, the head plague guy speaks up. He says, "On behalf of the Duke of Riven Rocks, we have been permitted to search all vessels traveling the straits. We must inspect each member of your crew for signs of the Lucretian plague."
All right, you can come on aboard.
So you state your ship is not currently infected?
No one here is infected.
All right. And the dinghy comes over closer, and some of your topmen toss down ropes to the dinghy. The oarsman guy, the big buff marine-looking fella, remains in the little dinghy while the 2 doctors climb their way to the top of the ship. And your surgeon will go over and greet them. They look at him with... Well, you can't see their expressions, but they do not... He starts to say, like, "Oh, well, I've searched over the men thoroughly," and they just totally don't know. They just completely ignore him. They just, like, start to double-check everything. They seem to not hold his medical anything in much high esteem. And he looks very annoyed by that. And they are going to conduct medical checks. They'll conduct it in the captain's cabin for privacy. And they're going to be looking for buboes and other signs of the Lucretian plague. They also search the hold of your ship. They're not looking for particular cargo. They're just looking for rats, fleas, and other such creatures that can spread disease. Do you attempt to conceal anything from them during this search?
The fire moss is still in the hidden compartment, right?
Indeed it is. And all your flags.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Then I want to say no. Does anyone else think we should hide something?
I think this is more a nod to Rudol's
chest mark.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're gonna be expecting our bodies for any sort of ward.
The places they look are
Expecting
armpits.
our bodies.
They are doing that, yeah. They look in the armpits, they look at the ears, they look at the groin, and they look at the feet. Sometimes
just keep
behind
your
the
shirt
knees
on.
as well.
Just keep your shirt on, Lol.
Oh yeah.
You can just short sleeve shirt. You just lift your arms up, and they look at your.
Yeah, if they were doing a full body inspection, it'd be one thing, but they're looking for very specific stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Rudel, just keep your shirt on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep your shirt on.
Snort's never heard that in his life.
Smart came up with that.
Well, as the two men have finished inspecting the members of the crew, they're headed below deck now, and they see Zap, the cat, just sort of sitting on a crate. And one of the, you have a little ball of senior officers falling behind these two, and the second one, not the one with the avian mask, but the one with the silver mask, looks at the cat and says, "That's good. We found that such creatures are able to contain the spread of the plague."
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, this is a very good feline. Lots of plague containing going on.
I will need to inspect the creature for fleas. Is it
Sure,
kind?
Yeah, very kind.
The person walks over with their large leather gloves and touches the cat. And where a normal cat may react in a way when a stranger touches their belly and starts pulling aside fur and looking for fleas, Zap just sort of lays there, fucking, Xanax out of its mind, basically,
Despondent.
just staring at the ceiling.
Despondent.
Despondent.
And they will find no signs of the plague on your ship. And as you guys head up to the top deck, the avian het mask wearing doctor will say, "All right, we need to paint something on the side of your ship, so lower your anchor, close your sails, try to keep the ship as stable as possible."
Okay. I do those things.
Yeah, and the doctor descends a rope ladder to their dinghy, takes a bucket of paint from inside the little dinghy they brought, and starts to paint a massive symbol on your ship. And it's written in Protonic, so I don't think any of you can read it.
I can read it.
Oh, it says F. That's what all it says.
F?
The letter F. The letter F.
What is the word F?
Yeah, what is the word F?
Oh, I thought you meant EFF.
Oh.
Just having, spelling out
Okay,
F.
sure. No, yeah, it's the letter F.
I'm assuming that means free of plague, unless it was to pay respects.
Or it means freely kill these people.
Pay respects.
Yeah, surely. Surely.
Can I call out and ask?
Ask.
What does the F mean?
It's to mark your ship free of plague.
Ah.
It means your ship is not to be destroyed.
Oh. That's good.
And as the doctor finishes up the closing touches, finishing touches, he will gesture for the oarsmen to row away, and they'll start to return to the warship they came from. And Shaibon, you can see that the paint he used, he was layering it on thick, so scrubbing it away would take a long-ass time, or even removing the boards would take a long time. So you guys are going to be marked like this for quite a while, with just a big old F on the edge of your ship.
Oh, that's not very.
Not necessarily a bad thing since you weren't given the other mark, but if you were given the plague mark, then
Good
that would be very
question
bad.
mark?
Yeah.
Did you write it right next to the ship name? So it's just. But
No, it's on the side of the ship where it's much more easy to see. It's just a giant F painted onto the side hull of the ship.
It's an F for all the people we lost.
Yeah, the 90 dead.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, and after he returns to the warship will continue its patrol, passing by you guys. The crew of the ship looks somewhat suspiciously towards you, but, you've been marked clean, so you continue on. In about an hour... hour later, the city of Riven Rocks comes into view. One of the first settlements of the Protonic peoples ever made in Bertelia. It is very perfectly positioned. It has a large natural harbor with these natural sort of large stone walls that make a circular harbor on its own. Within that bay, there's a hill range that surrounds the city, which the walls are placed atop of. It's incredibly naturally defensive, and it's why it was elected in the first place. The only problem is trying to get into the harbor is a bit of a difficult affair just because there are rocks, which is what the place is named after. A lot of underwater rocks, so you have to have a tugboat come out and guide you along a specific path to avoid the hull of the Defiance scraping against any rocks that may be hiding under the surf. But they've done this literally thousands of times, so they guide you through a opening into the harbor, and you see this city, despite being in a world that is afflicted by plague, seems mostly okay. You don't see any, burned out districts of the city. You don't see anything like that, so they must be chilling. You guys are brought to a specific pier. A harbor master comes up. You guys register the name of your ship, the number of people on your ship. He also notes down that you're not, plague-ridden, and he informs you that you may not leave the city. If you do, you'll be unable to return.
All right, that's fine.
And
is that because of plague stuff?
It is because of plague stuff. And fees are.
I just say that I hate the plague.
I'll ask him about how the plague is doing in not to brash. What's the country name we're going to?
Tucson.
Tucson. Yeah, how it's doing in Tucson, and specifically on Mans.
He shrugs. I don't know much news west of the Strait of Giles. Not many ships are let through.
Which ones are?
Those with a merchant's pass or lord's permission.
And how does one get a merchant's pass?
A merchant's guild, of course.
And is there a representative here?
Of course.
Alright, that'll be stop number 2. Well, actually, maybe stop number 1.
Well, it's going to cost an electrum per night.
Alright. We pay that night by night?
Sure.
Alright. I'll have Unios hand him an electrum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
So.
And then I'm not done asking questions.
Mm-hmm.
If I was looking to acquire more crewmen, is there a good place to go about doing that?
I mean, you can walk around the docks asking for folks to sign on, but people aren't exactly inclined towards the sea these days.
Makes sense, I suppose. What about the Merchants Guild?
What about them?
Do they have facilities for acquiring crew members?
No.
Not something they do.
No.
What about what's the other city, the proper capital of West Exeter?
Chalcedon.
What about Chalcedon? Better prospects there, or?
I mean, there's more people, so I suppose you'd find more men desperate enough to sign on.
Blake pogging.
Real.
Alright.
Last I heard, it was clean of the plague, and that was a couple of days ago.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Alright then. Okay, I'll march back. Find, get all the senior officers together. We need to properly shout what we're going to offer these people.
Okay, yeah, you guys meet in the captain's cabin. Everyone that's here, all the players, including Georg, are in the room.
All right. Are we going to give new crew members a ship share? And well, yeah, I suppose we'll.
I say offer them a flat rate. We've been out here how long? Couple months.
I know.
To only be here for the tail end of it, just to get us there. We're the one that has to do all the dirty work at the end.
Who
I
should
raise my
we
hand.
hire?
I raise my hand.
Yeah.
I think that we double all of the existing ship shares so that then we can offer them a whole one, but it's deflated in value.
Math. It's hard.
So, everyone that currently has 1 share, it turns into 2 shares. And it'll be worth the same before we hire more people, but then when we hire more people, then they only get 1 share, and so they don't end up taking as much of ours.
Would it not
So
be
no,
the
I
same math to give each of them half a share?
Yeah, but that looks worse. You don't want to offer somebody half a share. You want to offer them a whole share.
But
So
you just say that half a share is worth. How much is it?
no, but it looks. You, oh my god! If I was signing you onto a
He
ship and
is
offered you a
right.
whole share or a half share, which one would you take?
The one that has more value.
No, no,
does-
you pick the one with the bigger number on the face because these are sailors that don't do math.
Yeah, they're
It
also
does-
not
it
going to
does
tell
look
you
worse,
exactly
yes.
like how much money they
Okay,
have.
to be clear, you are supposed to tell them that. They're
no,
signing
no,
on
we're-
for a percentage of profits. You are meant to tell them how much money you expect.
We're gonna
Voyage to make.
tell them the number, but they don't. But it's still there's still optics around a number. Okay,
Is-
if I give
this is
you
good. I think this is good insight from Snort. Yes.
yeah if I have something that costs 1 gold and I tell you that it's either 90% off of a 10 gold item, or that I doubled the value of a 5 Electrum item, you're gonna pick the one that's 90% off even if it's the same item.
But then it would also look worse when they see that they didn't have 6 shares.
No, they're not gonna. They have already signed on at that point.
And besides, almost everyone who has left has what could be considered like, skilled jobs. They're fighting men. They know how to work the sails. They're senior officers. They're a carpenter. So I don't really see an issue with that.
I say either offer them. We don't need to do this complicated share stuff. Either offer them half a share for the Twixter to get them on, or to do it flat rates to pay them.
Alright, flat rate's not bad either. I kind of like that.
Like I said, flat rate. Just
A better question, the question we need to answer first is, who should we hire?
Marines,
Should we even hire?
storm guys.
Should we even hire oarsmen? We have Alex. Can we make the world map?
Yeah.
Couple storm guys probably.
We have what, like a few hundred miles left to go?
If we're going to hire oarsmen, they're going to be the most expensive for, I would say, the least impact on what we have left to do.
No oarsmen.
We need rowers to
If
avoid
we
the
hire oarsmen,
storms that are coming.
I say we hire them
I'm
at a
good.
flat rate.
Yeah, we do have 700 miles remaining. That would be at average speed, assuming 50 miles a day. That would be 14 days exactly.
That's not bad. Especially considering we have, 150 odd some days of food and water?
Well, that would massively decrease when you hire members to the crew, but yeah.
Well, yes. But not if we didn't hire oarsmen.
Oh, yeah, if you hire nobody, then yes, it won't decrease.
I feel like there's nothing we need besides oarsmen. We can buy mercs in Amiens. We can get out by without the other stuff. The
I'd
oarsmen
just
are
like
what we
to have
need
some
to beat the
carpenters.
winter storms.
I got an idea.
It's true, we are going to be going through storms. Carpenters would be nice to have.
Hire. Sorry.
No, you continue, Snort.
Hire oarsmen for as much as they cost. Kill them before we get to the port of Amiens.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's
No.
Come on, it's profitable.
Sure, and why don't we just toss you overboard and keep your share?
Right? If you did that, I would respect it.
But you wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it, but this. Oh my god, we're gonna start talking about who likes what now?
If we're going to
that's a good point, actually.
we can
But
hire them at a flat rate, can't we? We don't need to dilute their shares with.
Alright, flat-
probably,
Yeah.
yep. Alright. Oarsmen at a flat rate. We will also need more food then.
No,
I
we
mean,
won't.
I don't think we will.
We already had plans of food to make it better with 110 people. We'll be fine
Oh.
with the oarsmen.
Oh, okay. Alright, so do we just want to hire everyone then? Like, some afterguard and more carpenters, more marines, more.
I'd say
Alright
keep
then.
the ships. I say keep the ships small, but get what we need.
Well, we need more marines.
Why do we need more marines?
so we can
So we can actually get the job done.
kill people.
We also need someone to operate. We need someone to operate the cannon.
When are we gonna cannon anything?
I don't know. Better to. Would you rather encounter some
Yes.
horrible creature and we not have use of the cannon?
figured it's more likely that we encounter storms over a horrible creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is very popular water.
Does that mean we're not going to encounter something bad that we may need the cannon for?
No, I'd say if we're gonna encounter more storms, then I'd say carpenters are priority over marines.
Yes, we're going to hire carpenters. That is a yes.
Alright, I didn't know if you meant we were going to do marines over the carpenters.
We didn't know.
No.
Alright, I say a few marines, maybe get back up to our original number. I think 10 is a good amount to survive most encounters.
So, 7 marines?
Viziro, do you know a good amount to pay the marines if they're getting paid a flat rate?
I should. I was a mercenary.
Yeah, you do. A mercenary is probably going to cost you 2.5 gold a month.
Okay.
What about for a singular job?
That's not
How many months is it, Blake?
Yeah, yeah, that's not how they're hired. You pay them on a daily
like
or a weekly or a monthly wage.
Gold.
Yeah. Or you can pay them a flat yearly wage. That'd be pog.
So 7 marines, 4 carpenters.
That sounds right with me.
And 1 storm guy.
And
storm guy.
Yeah, like everyone else is getting to hire people. I want to hire someone.
How many oarsmen, Alex?
If we want the minimum, it'd be 40. If we want extras, it'd be 60.
40 it is.
Alrighty.
Do we know what's getting a flat rate or they get ship shows?
Rowers, you have no idea. In the city-state, they're not really, like, purchasable in that way. In the city-state, the only people doing oarsman jobs are criminals and slaves.
And they don't have slaves here.
No, they do not.
No criminals it is.
Well, I'm sure they have plenty of criminals.
Well, I'd rather not trust... I mean, as much as we are criminals, putting as many other criminals for petty needed running the ship feels untrustworthy for this job.
I know we just sold 40 tons of amber, but these hooligans, they really
yeah, literally, yeah. I know we murdered 90 of our crew members, but these guys...
Yeah, this is not the right time to start pearl clutching, man. Come on.
I know, it's literally... Okay, no, my thing is... The point I'm trying to make is that if we have, like, so much of this money, I'd rather keep the shit, like, keep the, like, trustworthy, and instead of getting out a bunch of criminals, get people that, like, need it more than, like, just want... Does that make sense?
Who needs it? Who needs it the most?
Me. And
like,
everyone who... Well, not me in particular. I was referring to us.
Yeah, present company needs.
We lost our head oarsman too.
I am fairly confident that all of us can handle 40 mostly unarmed oarsmen in a ship. I don't think an oarsman uprising because they're criminals is something to be extraordinarily
also
worried
notable
about.
that most of your former slaves were also criminals, at least the ones you had from the city-state.
If we're going to get oarsmen, we need someone to fill the position of head oarsman.
That is true, and that is almost always a freedman.
Are we exclusively hiring freedmen anyway?
Well, I mean, you're purchasing their slave contract. Again, the Northern Kingdom doesn't have slavery, but they do have, like, slavery in the context of criminals. For a head oarsman, though, you'd probably want someone who is...
they're
not
like debt slaves here? Or not debt slaves,
no.
but like...
It's U.S. slavery, basically, where, like, people get sent to prison. The way that they pay off their criminal sentence is that, and it's a fixed number of days, not, like, a quantity of money.
And how do I... Well, I suppose I would ask how I go about acquiring prisoner contracts.
Yeah, who would you ask that?
We'll figure that out later.
Department of Prison, probably.
Yeah,
sorry, I'm from Doja.
Yeah, we're not in the East anymore.
Why didn't we just do this in Hathon?
Because they wanted to kill you?
What are you talking about?
No,
why would we do that in Hathon?
The first time we got here with Kaheen, why didn't we just, like...
Because you already... Oh, because slaves are cheaper.
Yeah, you guys just immediately decided to go buy them.
Yeah, the crew voted on it because it was cheaper.
We voted to go capture them, actually.
That is true.
Oh, that's true. No one ever voted to buy them.
Yeah.
Even better.
God, Kaheen gave you guys such a good option. Just go hire people.
Yeah.
No, lol.
It could have been so much better than it is now.
So fucked. No lol.
There's no way that you're no lolling this outbreak of people.
But, and hear me out, it would have been more expensive.
Well, it wouldn't have been, because if we had gotten captured by Hathan again, then they would have all died again, so we wouldn't have had to pay them.
He did. Wow. Well, you know, that's all in the past. What are we doing right now, boys?
All right.
It's a good point. All right, is there anyone else that we have a pressing need to hire?
I buy people. They get hung. I buy people.
This circle continues. And to be fair, they didn't get hung.
That is true.
Free.
They got freed.
We're on our third crew. This
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, you are.
We're on like our third batch of oarsmen. We're only on our second crew. All right.
Oh, okay, yeah. Good.
If you include the first boat game, you're on your like fourth crew.
Ah, yeah, there it is. Alrighty, come along, Unios. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go acquire people.
Whenever Unios and Svensson are together, it's bad.
I got a bad feeling in my stomach.
In his stomach. All right.
Is
Yeah,
there
we're
shore leave given?
No.
not yet.
All right.
Where are we headed?
Shall we go to the... Or I suppose let's acquire crewmen first. Is there a shipyard? Oh, sorry. I'll also bring Shepard.
Okay.
Because we do need... And I suppose Euro, because we also need...
And
we
Snort.
also need Marines.
And you're bringing Snort because you need more Boblin, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
And Snort.
No.
Fine, then I have my own things that I'm gonna do.
Well, there's no shore
Okay.
leave, so.
Well, no one can stop me because everyone that would stop me fucking walked away.
What about Rudol? He's the captain of the ship when Adrian's gone.
All right, fine. Then I'll just talk
What
to
about
Rudolph.
what about the
Fuck.
people who will cut your feet off?
Oh, there it is.
I have a plan for that dumbass.
Oh, he's gonna be a short human. Fuck. All right, Svensson, Unios, Shaiban, and Vezio. The four of you are going where?
I'll look at Shaiban. Where would we go about getting carpenters?
For a ship, I don't know. I've only, gotten carpenters for the land-staying business.
Carpenter's Guild.
I mean,
Log.
isn't it the same?
Not necessarily. Land-staying business people, they can actually stay with their family. But I imagine if there is any sort of carpenters guild here, that would be a good place to start.
People in there. Do we have a carpenters guild in the city-state, Alex?
You guys split it up into like 30 sub guilds.
Ah. All right. Well, yeah, that sounds good, I suppose. See if we can find that. I'll
Let's ask a small boy for directions.
go to the
Hand
go
him
to
a
the
copper.
go to the harbor master.
Mhm.
Okay. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break because Roll20 crashed.
Yay!
All right, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Then we were.
All right, welcome
snorting
back
around
to Voyages of the Defiance.
Hello.
We're in the harbor of River
real
Rocks.
this
We got
time.
Shaiban, Vezio, Snort, and Adrian, and we are looking to hire some crew members.
Wait, we don't have Snort.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, you're right. I meant Unios.
Damn it.
He inserted himself with a slip of the tongue.
You love snort lighting at people and thinking.
I
So we have
didn't
Snort
claim to be
lighting.
there, but once he said it.
No, we got Adrian, Unios, Shaiban, and Vezio. So where are we going to hire people?
I asked. Oh yes, the Carpenters Guild.
Alrighty, you ask a local urchin, a little creature, for access to the Carpenters Guild. And in fact, unlike the city-state, there is just one Carpenters Guild. They don't split it up into a bunch of sub-guilds. So you make your way there, and what you find is a pretty wealthy-looking establishment with just like one little room, and there's no like waiting chairs, there's no line, there's just a single secretary sitting behind a desk.
Oh hell yeah! All right, I'll walk up to the secretary.
Yeah, the person looks at the four of you as you enter. Hello.
Hello. We're looking to hire five carpenters.
Oh, what's the job?
Period of service on our ship.
Oh, all right. Well, you can put those up on the request board, and she gestures towards a cork board on the wall with like half a dozen different jobs.
Unfortunate.
Well, oh, sorry, I'm not there.
Sag.
Is there a place a guild that you have for terms of service carpenters in the city?
No, they all go through this guild. If anyone's interested, you can just leave, well, we can work on your posting, but it can take a while for people to respond to those taking aboard ships. I've heard captains waiting a couple of weeks.
Ooh.
I'm gonna whisper to yes, Captain Spencer. Perhaps it's bribery time. Maybe we can get them to
bribery.
I don't think bribing this woman gets us. Gets us to that.
Put a good deal on the board.
Yes, we could pay the carpenters specifically much more. What's the normal? What do carpenters? Or actually, fuck it. I'll go look at the other job postings.
Okay, yeah, you walk over to the thing. All of these are like standard carpenter jobs, like building a house or redoing a table, building specific furniture, more general carpentry positions. And they don't provide exact listings of like how long the job will take, but with Shaibon's assistance, you can figure out that here in Riven Rock specifically, prices are about 1.2x, 1.3x compared to the city-state. So you'd expect to pay a carpenter around 9 to 10 gold a month.
Not that bad.
Okay.
Less than a share would be.
Yeah.
That's like standard. So that means we'd be waiting like weeks. She said, right?
Yeah.
Versus if we put up like an abhorrent amount of money on there.
I don't know, but like
that would be lying, and no one would sign on to do that.
No, lol. We would just pay them that.
Yeah, we do 15 gold a month,
and then kill them.
No. I don't know, man. I was even thinking 20. I don't think we're gonna spend very much time here.
I mean, well, okay. So are we planning on getting like 5 carpenters then, and like
so that's 100 gold a month.
That is 100 gold a month.
Jesus Christ! Never mind. That's so much gold. Although aren't we only going to be using them for a month?
Yeah.
Well, no, because I assume that we have to return them to their home city.
Yeah, they're signing on.
We're getting back.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
point.
you could write it into the contract that you'll just leave them at Amiens and they have to figure out their own transportation home, but you're going to have to pay them more for that.
Is 20 gold isn't enough?
There's no, like, sounding board that you can run these estimates off.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Didn't they say there was more opportunity at Chalcedon?
There were more people in Chalcedon. So...
Like, for context, Mythos has 1 million people, Riven Rocks has like 15,000, Chalcedon's somewhere between those two.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
Alright, well, maybe we can stop in Chalcedon for it then.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go see if there's Roll 20 is dead again.
It's not for me, so we'll keep trucking along.
It hasn't been on for me. I've just been
as long as I have access to my notes, we're chilling.
Yeah. I've just been 503 the whole
time. We could just use our minds.
I'll use your mind. Okay, anyways, Ethan, where are we going next?
What do you mean by that?
Where's my sticky note? There we go. I guess to get Marines?
Okay, where are we doing that?
Mercenaries Guild?
You go approach a young urchin, one who you gave a silver to earlier, which I will subtract from the ship sheet. And you will ask about a mercenaries guild. No such thing exists.
Is there a guild for armed fighting men?
Not here in Riven Rocks, no.
Yeah, this is a pretty small town, right? We're probably not going to.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I sort of thought the giant town, like the big, it was a big town on the map.
It is a big town for West Exeter.
I doubt we'd find anything like even in West Exeter, because aren't they in like a war?
They are, and have been for 3 years.
Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna find any fighting men in West Exeter.
All right, well, let's go to the Merchants Guild then.
Okay, this is one of the nicer buildings. I mean, it's on par with the Carpenter's Guild, but it's even a bit finer. It's on the shore. It almost looks like a bar at first, but then you see, you know, the turn wheel and the little common thing saying Merchant's Guild. Within, it's sort of like a common room for drinking, and then next to the bar, there's a little place for a clerk to sit. And within the common room, there seems to be what our local like vendors may be talking to like merchants. It's a pretty healthy mix of people, all just drinking and chatting in this sort of common room.
Oh, okay. Is there a clerk of some kind?
Indeed.
Go up to that clerk.
Sure.
Hello. We're looking to acquire a merchant's license, something along those lines.
All right. How long have you been a merchant in West Exeter for?
Today's the first day.
Ah. Well, and this person is going to begin the process of describing how to become a registered merchant within the Merchants Guild of Exeter, because there's a different one for Westbar. You have to be a merchant for a minimum of 7 years. You need a commission from a lord that, you know, accepts you as a transferer of goods. Your ship needs to be registered in every harbor in the Kingdom of West Exeter and at least 2 outside of the country. And you need to have multiple vendors to sign on to, like, basically say that, yes, you are a trustworthy person.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Shucks. Nads. Okay,
Nads.
then.
Shucks and nads.
I'm so shucks and nad build.
That's a good episode title. Shucks and nads.
We're absolutely shucks maxing. Shucks maxing, bro.
Shucks maxing. Holy. So, wait. Why can't we sail the other way around the
Takes like
continent?
months and months and months.
Nightmare storms.
And
Yeah,
the area
yeah.
sea weather.
Yeah. Storms.
Which other way are you talking about, Blake? Are you talking around the Isle of Bratellia or the entire continent?
The Isle of Bratellia. So
Storms.
just like
Storms.
yeah, storms.
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 Actually, one of them also gets you close enough to the Mistwall that you may actually start encountering Mistwall weather, which is some of the worst in all of Valeros.
Storms.
True.
Which end is that? Is that up on this north bit up here?
Yeah, it's up there.
Ah.
So if we ever do like a Mistwall campaign, that's where we'd.
Well, it'd probably be the
Yeah.
colonies. The Delian colonies are the closest civilized place to the Mistwall. Or Capranth is pretty close as well.
Storms.
Storms.
Come on.
Isn't like the northern tip of Mythosia also pretty close?
Doesn't really matter, guys.
Or,
Let's
or not Mythosia, Ulcera.
Nope.
northern tip of Ulcera.
You mean southern?
Yeah, like Ben said, it's not super relevant to it. If
Yeah,
you want to go
alright
around,
then.
that's going to cost us months and really, really nasty
got
weather.
that time.
So,
Alrighty. I say we stopped at the wrong city and we should just go to Chalcedon.
Are we allowed to?
Yes, they're blockading the Straits of Giles.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's before the Straits of Giles.
Blake is losing it right now.
Captain Spencer couldn't possibly be wrong, could he?
I mean,
They did straight up say they were blockading the Straits of Giles.
Captain Spencer has never been wrong, so.
That is
Yeah.
true.
He's been
I
wrong
don't know.
multiple times.
Do you think I'm wrong this time?
Well, the concern would be he said we can't come back to Riven Rocks. I assume that doesn't extend to Chalcedon.
He said if
but-
you leave the city, you can't come back to Riven Rocks. In terms of go inland, you cannot come back to
Like-
Riven Rocks.
Yeah.
Because these two cities are quarantined, which is why they're not filled with dying people.
Boring.
Wait, so I have a question, guys.
We're listening.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't hear a response. So we want the rowers to go faster. I'm just thinking from the perspective of from the way I see it, the biggest obstacle we have currently is just the strait. And currently, I think our best plan is just to wait for extreme fog and make our way through it then. But I'm just thinking of the cost effectiveness of I
Well,
guess.
You trying to sneak through?
I mean, like, how it's like 6 feet of water. So, like, I don't like how else are we supposed to get through there without us being stopped,
6
detained?
feet of what? What are you saying?
6 miles. 6 miles.
Okay. Those are different numbers.
This conversation...
Same number, different units.
The conversation does need to be had. I just don't think it needs to be. I think it can be had in Chalcedon.
Yeah,
Cool.
fair.
All right, well, we spend the evening in Ribbon Rocks. Everyone sleeps on top of the boat. No shore leave is given. People are shell-shocked. There is no complaints. So the following day, what do we want to do?
Let's fucking go to Chalcedon.
Alrighty. We don't need any navigation checks. We just need to roll weather to see if we can get there in 1 day or 2.
Can I make some to get dice?
No. There's no you're not doing any navigating. You know exactly where you are. There's
What if I
literally
measured
nothing
it
to
from
navigate.
Chalcedon? Just practice.
Well, you're just traveling along the shore, right?
Yeah, wait, just what about practice though?
What about practice? Well, you can practice, yeah, if you want to start improving your skill.
Oh yeah, let's get some. Oh, we don't have any more Marines to train on that. How many men does it take to operate the cannon?
4. Also, you cannot just start training proficiency because you have no one on the ship to train them.
Oh.
Literally no one on your ship knows how to operate that cannon.
Well, how did they learn it the last time we got the cannon?
The foreguard? It's because they already knew how to, because cannons are very common in Eastern Valoros.
Ooh.
I recall you saying they didn't know how.
That can't be true because they use them, like, a lot in combat, and at the bare minimum, someone on your ship knew how to do it. I'm 99.9% sure I said the foreguard. Was it brutal?
Like yeah.
Yeah, it was
efficiency.
Okay.
That feels a very brutal thing to know.
Rudo would probably know how to operate cannons, yeah. I mean, yeah, Rudo could start trying to train up, but you guys don't have people to do it.
Andre and the 3 Marines?
They are Marines. And if you want them to do their job as Marines, they can't be operating the cannons in combat.
The job they do in boat combat?
Yes, which is shoot people to get too close to the vessel.
Also, aren't me and Shaibon like overworked in terms of like
everyone on the ship is overworked now?
Yeah, there's 20 of us. Yes.
Yeah, so I don't think like it's even possible to like fit.
Oh yeah, to take time out of your day and then also do that while also working on the ship with Shaibon. Yeah. The answer is get more personnel. Yeah, we need more people if we want to do all the things. But the next day, you guys get strong wind, so you're able to head westward, and within 1 day, arrive at Chalcedon.
Before we get there,
yeah,
just like while we're on the boat, I would like to go find Adrian Svensson.
Okay.
Where would you be?
At the tiller.
Cool. I'll walk up. Hello.
Hello, Snort.
How you doing?
Not great.
Yeah, why is that?
Do you need something?
Yeah. Have you talked to Crab recently?
Nope. I'm kind of afraid he's gonna go crazy and drop a fireball on me.
Okay, so it sounds like you might have talked to him a little bit.
No.
Okay. Well, you'd be kind of right. I'm just like a little worried about him.
Well,
I was wondering if there's something we could do to cheer him up.
Not exactly sure. Time is probably the best thing for everyone right now.
Okay. Well, considering that we don't have lots of time, if there's nothing we can do to kind of restore him to where he was, do you think there's anything we do to, maybe neutralize the threat?
No, I don't think that's a good discussion to be having.
Cool. All right. Bye.
Bye. That's It's scary, man. It's a scary discussion.
All right, you guys putter along a pretty chill coastline. And by chill, I mean there's no activity. The coast of West Exeter once was a very busy, bustling area, as you can tell by the number of fishing villages that you pass by. However, nearly all of them are silent. No boats putter along the shore doing fishing. At one point, a warship does come within sight of you, but it clearly seems to see something on your ship and then leaves you alone. And it's a soberingly quiet journey over to Chalcedon, which you arrive at in the early afternoon, around 3 in the evening.
Yippee!
Yippee! We need to do the minus ration thing, so I will do that real quick. Schmeep! And here we are in the lovely city of Chalcedon. In size, it is comparable to Ravinium. It has a couple of piers, only 3 of them, but its harbor is filled with about 6 warships, which are just sort of chilling. The city doesn't seem to have any plague district or signs of the plague having spread, but it's also not good vibes either, because outside the city walls, because this is a more traditional coastal city with not a lot of geographic defenses, but outside the city walls, you can see what are essentially shanty towns that have been built up in the shadow of the wall. And there's about a 50-foot gap between the wall and then those shanty towns starting. So, yeah.
My guess is they shoot anyone who gets that close.
Probably. But you guys approach the harbor. A tugboat guides you to one of the piers. A harbor master approaches, very similar to Riven Rock's, 1 electrum per day that you spend in the harbor.
All right. Let's hand that over.
All right.
And then let's go see this place's Merchant Guild.
Okay.
Or not Merchant Guild. Sorry, no, Carpenter's Guild.
All right, who are we taking with us?
Sabon?
All right, Adrian and Shaibon, a rare duo.
And Unios and Vizio.
All right.
Oh, and Snort. Okay. Adrian, Unio, Shaibon, and Vezio head into the city. You make your way towards the Carpentry Guild, and the one here is massive. It has, like, it's one of those buildings that has, like, the fake little stone towers on it. It's like a mansion so large that has little fake stone towers. It has, like, a central little, like, tower at the center of it. It's a very fancy little structure, like a mini castle in mansion form. And the common room has several plush, like, waiting chairs. It has 2 separate desks, only one of which is currently talking to somebody. Despite all the wealth of this little building, it doesn't seem to have a lot of business, or at least not enough to have long lines outside the building or whatever. So you 4 can walk in and approach the desk that is free. A young man in a very smart-looking uniform will look up at the 4 of you.
Alright, we're looking to hire on merchants for our ship. Or not merchants. Fuck, I keep doing that. Carpenters.
All right, well, you can put a job listing on the wall. We can talk over details.
Alright. I'll go look at these.
I'm gonna just, like, stop for a moment talking. Does that include for perhaps monthly payments to be on our ship for a long period of time, or is that only for single job completions?
No, contract can be whatever you wish. You just need people interested in signing up.
Alrighty, thank you.
Yeah, and you go over, and with Shaibon's expertise, you're able to look at the prices on the wall here. It's about the same as Riven Rock's, 1.2, 1.3 higher than the city-state.
Okay. I'll put up a job posting, wanted 15 or 5 carpenters, 15 gold a month for a period of 1 to 2 months.
Why are we doing 5 carpenters? I thought we did agreed on 4. I don't know.
4, so we're a total of 5, I think.
4, yes. Yes, that is what it was. And then onboard ship headed to Amiens.
And how are they going to get home?
I'll look at everyone else. Well, we have most of them here. Do we take them back home when we're done? That would entail going through the Straits. What was that? Oh. That would entail going through the Straits of Giles again.
I mean, if someone thinks it's an easy trip and they get a free ticket back home, they might be willing to start on pretty quickly. If we put something up and it just says sort your own way out. We might struggle finding people now.
Yeah, but how would we get them back?
What was our original plan of heading back to the city-state?
Were we going to?
No, we're going to Damiens, but how are we going to get back? Or is that the end of our job? Just no more...
That's it. We're done. We can go
we
wherever
need to
we...
go back to the city-state to get payments from Lord Rothschild.
You could also offer a bonus because we briefly considered like just selling the Defiance, right? So you could just say like, oh, like they're like hefty bonus, or like something like that, just to like see if we can shorten the time.
I mean, again, we're just
That's funny. We pay standard rate of 10 gold a month plus a 5 gold limited time bonus. That's funny.
I don't know, I'm just racking my brain for like how to just make this shit effective.
I mean, if we were just taking a like normal route, if we were just taking the same route back to like...
I didn't think we were going back. I thought we'd been over this right when we first set out.
We're done once we're in Tucson.
How are we gonna?
We're done, but we're getting paid, aren't we? Having to go back to report and get the thing. And I'm sure most people from the city-state want to return, probably.
There are very few people from the city-state left.
Yeah, no, there's very few people left.
Snort wants to go there.
But like, yeah, isn't Lord Rothschild going to pay us on our return?
No, Lord Rothschild is going to pay you on completion of the job. You just need to inform him. As, you know, but obviously, if you do that via letter, you're going to be waiting in Amiens for like weeks and weeks and weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So don't do something that makes us unpopular there.
True, very true.
Like, just send a letter now and hope we get it done. If we die,
that's a crazy gambit, bro.
No.
Alright. I'd prefer if we take these men. Well, I guess we can include in the contract that no guarantee of return home.
Then we're gonna have to pay more than 15 gold a month. At least I suppose we can sit here and try, but I'm only willing to sit here for so long before we have to head out again.
I mean, I'd say we could just return the men. We're getting some oarsmen here, correct? We could entice them with a return here.
Yeah, the issue is we have to go through the Straits of Giles again. Which I don't even know how we're going to get through it the first time.
So if we stay here, what are we doing here?
That's awesome. I like that one.
Waiting for carpenters to respond to our posting.
No, I mean, after we've completed the job, the reason we're not going back to the city-state, I'm not clear on.
We don't have to. We can do literally whatever we want.
Okay. My thoughts was if we complete the job and then head back, it would be easier to just include that.
Hear me out. We save 15 gold a month and a free trip to Amiens.
That's crazy marketing, bro. That's like the military being like, we'll pay you 33 grand a year and free trips around the world.
I think that might be crazy enough to work. I actually like that plan.
I like it, yeah. So do I. Yeah, we should do this.
That is like 15
gold a month and free trip to Amiens.
Okay, post the details of the posting in chat.
Hold on, I didn't realize you're actually gonna do it. Okay.
Yes, dude, this is so base.
This is our best.
You had a good idea if you didn't want us to take it.
The military does it, so it must be.
What did I hit? Oh, I realized.
Doesn't it like actually work for the military though?
Yeah, you gotta go to new places, meet new people, and kill them.
Yeah, like the Gaza Strip.
Well,
we gotta, guys.
Not the U.S. military.
What is the second time you've brought that up this episode?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Ben, we're topical and hard hitting. Okay.
No, we're dated and cringe.
Yeah, that's true.
I want timeless episodes.
You can't call me dated when I say mewing.
That is also all of that is also dated.
Guys, we can't just be like Gaza Strip guys.
Lol W.
And expect it to be like funny. Jesus.
Jeez.
So how about that Ayatollah? What do you guys think?
Oh, God.
Bro, we need to go back to the timeless classics. What's the deal with airplane food?
Dude,
That's a timeless classic.
That is a
Wasn't even
timeless classic.
when it came
Dude.
out.
He said that shit in
Alright,
like
let's-
2004.
let's do some like dated stuff that's like wrong
There you
dated.
go.
Like, hey, what happened to that Shah of Iran?
I thought you meant
Oh,
that
it
guy
still has to
from-
be about the Middle East.
Alrighty.
So, did you guys hear about the USS Liberty?
So there's our job posting. So we're going to cut away from the Carpenters Guild to the deck of the Defiance.
Hello.
Snort. You're snorting
Yeah.
about on the top deck. Not a lot of people are up there. Most of the top men are on the lower decks contemplating their life decisions, and the Marines are just sitting on the deck kind of bored.
Yeah, sure,
Brutal is the temporary captain, and he is walking to the gangplank, and it looks like he's about to leave.
Bruno.
Snort, I'm going to. I assume there's a bar where other captains mill about. I'm gonna go there and find out some stuff about this blockade. See if we can't figure something out.
Oh,
The way
cool.
I see it. Not looking good for us.
Oh, so just like to be clear though, then like I'm in charge.
Oh God.
Yeah, what's the chain of command if Roodle's off?
I think it actually. Yeah, Shaibon's gone too.
Technically, Georg is still on the ship.
No. Oh no, you're right. You're right.
Is he?
Georg's still on the ship. Okay. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Georg's in
Georg,
charge.
Georg's
He's
passed out.
sleeping. Yeah.
Georg's passed out from his
Is Vezia still
alcoholism.
on the ship?
He's passed out due to alcoholism.
Who's the head of the top men again? The one to be
Philo.
The one to
No.
be Philo?
Nah, it goes to
No.
me first.
Technically,
I-
okay. So, but also, Vezia, right? Vezia.
I will say, written into the chain of command,
I thought I was
you've
taken
gone
into
past
the-
it. You guys have 5 things written in your chain of command, and all those people are gone. So now it's kind of Shaibon would be next, but he's also gone. So now it's like chaos. Like there's no written chain of command once 6 people are gone.
So, come on, so me.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's go.
Uh-oh.
All right, you're not gonna be disappointed,
Snort,
Captain.
you survey your new ship. You have 3 people on the top deck.
All with a very clear purpose and job. There.
Everywhere where your nose touches is yours.
And, in the captain's cabin, Georg is drunk and sleeping, and Crab is angry and reading. So you got a excited group.
Drunken and sleeping and angry and reading.
Yeah.
Also, not a crew I want to hang around because I feel like they'll kill me.
So as Rudo leaves to go do that, Snort, is there anything you'd like to do with your newfound position?
Come back to me. I gotta think. I gotta brew. I gotta cook.
He's gotta cook.
He's cooking. He's
All
cooking.
right, Rudo, you head down the docks and head over to the bar in question. Just a bar along the docks. You head inside, and I assume you're headed for the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right. You head into the bathroom of the building. You can hear the sort of dull noises of celebration within the bar as you head into the bathroom. It's pretty dark in here. The only light coming from a very small window, which has no natural covering. So you sort of take off your outer jacket and use it to plug up the window. And what do you do?
How big is this?
It's one of the more sizable ones. It's not like the tiny little broom closet you have in the Defiance. It's like 4 times bigger than that. I'd say a normal-sized bathroom.
Okay, so we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna do some Wittershins.
All right, you do Wittershins around the floor. You sort of tippy-tappy along the wooden floor of the bathroom.
And midst one, I think, I will pull out my dagger, and I'll start pressing
Can't keep
it.
getting away with this.
Yeah, middle of my chest.
All right.
And the longer I go, the deeper it'll go.
Okay, you start to cut yourself, cutting into the flesh of your chest where the great brand is marked. You feel warmth begin to spread. You take 2 hit points worth of damage as the blade is basically pressed against your sternum. It can't go any deeper unless you're starting to break bone. And you feel the flame begin to expand as your chest ignites with heat, and you find your body collapsing, but your mind travels somewhere else, into a dark place, far from the harbor of Chalcedon. The only thing you see is 2 glowing red eyes in your burning chest, and you hear a voice. Welcome back.
I have come to do your bidding, now and forever.
You are in Chalcedon.
That I am.
Within Merlin's oddities and curios is a child of the Great Wood. Free her.
Right.
Oh, that's not good.
As you wish.
Be careful around the mage. He may be able to smell me upon you.
Is there any recommendation on how to avoid that?
Don't make him suspicious. If his eyes begin to glow, flee.
How should I go about freeing this child?
She is held within an object. You must break it.
Understood.
And
do like real crime.
The vision ends. You return to your body. You are curled up on the floor, coated in a layer of sweat, and blood is leaking from your chest.
Nice.
I will use a spell slot to. Well, should I? And like, how visible is it?
If you cover up your shirt, you're fine.
Yeah, I'll just cover up my shirt.
What were you saying, Yarrow?
I was just saying it sounds very much like Riddle is just a schizophrenic self-harming in the bathroom.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he doesn't even have any magic from it yet. He's just schizophrenic.
A schizophrenic racist just talking. Listen and learn.
Listen and learn.
All right.
What was the name of the place you told me to go?
Merlin's Oddities and Curios.
Oddities and Curios. And I'll head off there.
Where is there?
Oh, yeah, well, before I do that, I think I'll just convene with the local, like, captains and such.
Okay, yeah, you exit the bathroom, another person was waiting outside, and they say, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wipe sweat from your brow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you head outside, you talk to some captains. All of these people are registered merchants, or basically they're registered in some way in West Exeter, so they don't have any trouble with the blockade.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just like ask about like, oh, I'm not from Eastern Valoros. When did the blockade go up? What's going on with it?
Yeah, they'll let you know that it went up in 1273, about 2 years ago. Back then it was pretty it wasn't very intense. They would just search every other ships and be like, hey, if you're not from West Exeter, we're going to put a tax on you. But when the war started with the Lord's League and they got a bit more intense, and then recently with the Lucretian Plague, they've fully locked down everything. Every ship is searched and marked whether they're plague-ridden. If they are plague-ridden, they are either destroyed and burned up, and sometimes their crew is just like left on the shore. Very rarely West Exeter will let the ship through, but they don't let them dock at any West Exeter and harbors, so they're basically like a bioweapon that they send on to the Lord's League or Astenia.
So does that mean that if we're marked like plague-free, then we're good to cross? Or?
No, because they also don't let any ships that aren't from West Exeter go through. They'll either charge ridiculously high fees, or they'll just tell you, hey, you just can't go through here.
Okay.
There are 2 ways to get around it, though, which is a merchant's badge or a lord's permission.
Okay. Oh, we can get a lord's permission.
Just need to be a rank of count or higher.
Yeah. Well, I guess none of us really know, like, a lord from around here, but that would be a discussion to try and get,
Snort has lots of connections.
That'd be insane. That would...
What do you mean would be, bro? He just said it's insane.
Yeah,
he just said he had connections.
I just said I have it, so... How about you put some fucking respect on my name?
He's the captain of the ship. Put some respect.
Yeah, true.
Well, if it comes around, then we could try and like mosey our way in and like make a deal with one using Unios's scroll of pedigree.
Ooh, fancy. Well, cool. Yeah, you chat with the captains there, and then you seek out Merlin's Oddities and Curios. You find yourself Sorry, you pay a small child whose parents are dead and lives on the streets and is covered in grime and guck. You pay him 1 silver.
Why'd you include all that?
Just so we know that how fucking sad it is that every city has street urchins. It's really depressing. Yeah, so you pay a silver to a starving child, and you learn that Merlin's Oddities and Curios is in the nicer parts of the city. It is located near the Royal Palace, in fact, because this kiddo just says that they sell magic.
Wow. Can you take me to it?
Yeah, he'll walk you along the streets. And I'm sure you've been in those cities where there's like one street in the city that has like all the Louis Vuitton stores. Like it has all the really fine like buildings and all that stuff. Like it's almost like quarantined to be really fancy. That's the street that he takes you to. There are 2 magic shops on this street. You've never seen a magic shop in your life. They don't sell them like this in any other country you've been to. It's almost always dealt by some government ministry. Here, though, there are 2 magic shops on this street. There are several incredibly fancy hotels. There is the Stonemasons Guild, very fancy. There is a temple made of pure white marble. Basically, this entire street is incredibly nice, and there are even 2 local city guards. You've seen none of those throughout your time in the city so far, but there are 2 city guards located on the street here.
Uh-oh.
Wow. All right.
And the kid scampers away because one of the city guards seems to be eyeing him.
Eyeing him.
Am I in front of like the magic shop? Like
yeah, you can walk over there. Do you have fine clothes on?
Yeah, I
okay.
do.
All right. And would you say that they are soiled?
Yeah, a bit.
Okay.
Well, I can't remember the last time I washed it.
Do you have prestidigitation?
I do.
Okay, well, you clean yourself up. Then there is a bodyguard. It's not in the outside the building, but there's like an internal, like, there's like a revolving door, which is what you walk through. Then there's this little like antechamber, and there's a guard, clearly a privately hired guard, just sitting on a chaise lounge within that room.
Hello.
He glances up, looks you up and down.
Am I free just to look around?
Do you have an appointment with Merlin?
I do not, but I've never seen quite a shop like this, so I thought I'd poke my head in.
Well, I can walk you around the showroom, but there's no auctions today, so you can't buy anything.
Understandable.
All right, then. He stands up, takes a key ring off his waist, unlocks the door. You watch as 6 arcane glyphs present on the door sort of lift, and he opens up the door. And the room beyond is almost arrayed like a museum chamber. There's no clear desk for purchasing things. There's no, like, little busy shelves filled with all sorts of shit. There are just 6 pedestals, each containing a different item. There's a lot number on a little card in front of it, and the walls are decorated with banners and like tomes that have been like splayed out so you can see their contents. It is Spellcaster's Wet Dream, and there is a locked door at the back, as well as a staircase leading upwards and another locked door, obviously locked because they have these large sort of locking mechanisms built into the door. And the guard with you, I think as he's opening up the door, you start to realize, even though he's just in like sort of servant's clothes, you can see a chain shirt underneath it, and it has a beautiful sort of silvery quality to it, meaning it's likely a mithril chain shirt. And the guard leads you inside and says, "These are the only items being displayed right now, and there are only 4 of the pedestals are occupied by objects."
Yeah, I'll start asking him like tons of questions. Like, I've never seen a shop like this. How did it come about?
It's approved by the king.
The king? Wouldn't the king want possession of these magical artifacts?
Not here in West Exeter.
Why not?
Here in West Exeter, magical items are sold by private, salesmen like my master.
Your master? I thought there wasn't servitude in Western Valorous.
There is. I'm his servant, yes.
Servant. Sorry. Eastern Valorous confusions.
All right. Well, Merlin maintains this building, and in exchange, he gives the crown first option at purchasing items.
So you mentioned something about an auction. Is that the only time these items can be purchased?
Yes.
When is
The
the
scroll
next one?
services can be purchased outside of auctions, but the items can only be purchased then. They're on the 1st, 15th, and 30th of every month.
What day is it?
It's the 18th.
Oh, all right. So the next one would be in like 12 days.
Yep.
All right.
First, 15th, and 30th. Why 30th and 1st? That's crazy.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll keep looking, or like what I have here.
Yeah, so the 4 items, we'll go with the first one. You walk over to... He gives you room. Like, he clearly, in his mind, you are well-to-do enough to be in this room. You can't touch anything, but you can at least be in this room without him, shoulder hovering you. So he'll keep his distance, and you're able to look at this first item. The little card says, "These finely crafted braziers come from the tomb of the pre-Protonic Lord Gazaro Boarshead." And it only lists the lowest price that it'll be sold for, which is 320 gold.
Wow.
It also doesn't list its magical abilities. It just says the little description I just gave.
You know what any of these artifacts do? Are you
The
adept at
mercenary,
the arcane?
or the guard, sort of shrugs and says, "Can't say I do.
Very interesting.
That's why I asked if you had a meeting with Merlin. He'll sometimes show around clients and explain exactly what they're capable of doing."
Well, where is this Merlin?
Well, if you didn't schedule a meeting with him, I'd imagine he's at the palace. With the king gone and the archmage on the front lines, he's taken over as an advisor there.
Ah. That makes sense. I'll continue to look.
The next one, the little card reads, "This pair of sending stones was once used by the traitor Marquis Dufont to organize his rebellion against King Edwin's father, and the minimum sticker price is 1,300 gold.
I know what sending stones are. Dufont. Does the name Dufont ring a bell?
The guard shrugs.
No recollection of these names?
I'm not from West Exeter.
Ah, sorry. Please, tell me if my questions are too much.
No, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I'll move on to the next item.
The lantern that you approach the next pedestal, and it glows with it's a lantern that glows with a sort of sickly hue. The little card reads, "Uncovered in the catacombs of a long-abandoned commuter conclave in Westbar," and the minimum price is listed at 350 gold.
Interesting.
The glass panes are sort of shrouded, almost like sort of frosted glass, and a sort of vaguely humanoid shape can be seen inside, though it's not moving.
What is this?
The observant shrugs.
All right, I'll move on to the last one.
It has a little description which says, "This orb was made by an archmagus of Eastern Valeros and kept by a sea captain before being sold in Chalcedon. It allows its bearer to know the exact time of day." And the minimum price is 720 gold.
Oh my god, for a clock?
Yeah, a perfectly accurate clock, yeah.
Did Clomretha describe the object?
Nope.
Wait, Blake, you're not serious, right?
No, he is. Let him cook.
Okay.
It's the lantern, isn't it?
Who's to say?
Watch it not be it, and he just gets like arrested and like put to death.
Well, he's gonna be arrested and put to death either way. It's just whether or not he gets this job done so that he gets +1 strength at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get 1 level of whatever, and just, you know. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, guys, because I have to figure out how to do this. Otherwise, Clomretha is gonna fuck me over royally.
Well,
oh no, I made a deal with the demon! I made a deal with the demon!
I'm not complaining, I just need to get it done! Jesus,
dude, this is gonna be rough. Sounds like a little bit of complaining.
Well, either way, person here is just sort of hovering behind you. The other two pedestals have no other objects on them. He did mention earlier that there's like a scroll section, but since Merlin isn't here, it seems as if that is not an operation.
Jeez, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Can you set a bomb in there? Detonate it when you're away?
Bomb champ.
Yeah, just get what is that? A 7th level spell, delayed fireball or something?
I think it
that?
just means a normal bomb, like with
Yeah,
gunpowder.
I just mean like a bomb.
Wait, that's odd. You do have access to massive amounts of gunpowder.
Yeah. Maybe just like shoot the object from like across the street. Little JFK moment.
Oh yeah, from the warehouse across the street.
Holy shit.
The book depository.
I guess I will. What is it?
Why is that fucked? Good plan.
I know, it's just funny.
Didn't like that I called it a JFK moment.
Yeah.
Average
I love
RFK
that
voter.
you called it a JFK moment.
Hold on.
Do it
Oh
right
wait,
there.
no, I do have a
Call it an
scroll of
RFK.
pedigree. What am I talking about?
Yo, he lost his signet ring, but he kept his scroll. Pog.
Skull. I don't know why I didn't see it before.
Blindness.
Happens.
Does Merlin do any exchanges of magical items?
Not that I've heard of, but I'm sure you could try to negotiate with him. Would you like to set up a time to meet with him?
Yes. Yes.
What days are you free? I can reach out to his personal secretary.
My schedule is kind of limited. Is there any time tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Where are you staying? We can have a courier sent.
I'm staying on a boat called the Defiance.
All right. And you're capable of affording these prices? And he gestures towards the, various little stickers on the pedestals.
Depending on if some magical items I have he takes a liking to, then most likely.
All right. Well, we'll see what can be done.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, and he'll escort you out of the showroom, out to the antechamber, and then out of the building.
Yeah. This is gonna be rough.
Okay, we're gonna cut back to Snort.
Leave tomorrow.
Snort, you stand atop a ship that is yours. You are its
Yeah.
captain, its master. Is there anything you'd like to do with this limited time of supreme authority?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I've been for the first time kind of coming up blank.
Yeah. You achieved ultimate power. What is to be done now?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go. I want to like look around in the treasure chest because I've never really gotten to just dig around in there, so I just want to like see it for myself.
Yeah, you walk into the captain's cabin. Crab is there, and you walk over to
Crab.
the vault, and as you pull on it, it is locked.
So there's no shot.
Hey,
Crab.
how you doing, Crab?
He raises an eyebrow. I'm fine. Is there a reason why you're trying the vault?
Yeah, well, so Rudol's gone and everyone else is gone, so I'm technically in charge. And I just wanted to, make sure that we had everything.
Oh. Well, it's just money.
Oh, just boring old money.
Just boring old money.
I've seen that before. Well, is your book any good?
He turns it in your direction, and you see very detailed anatomical drawings of someone's chest splayed open.
Oh, cool. I like that.
I've seen that before.
Yes. Trying to make progress on the flesh sculpting, but it's all sort of coming up blank.
Yeah, the cat's holding up good.
I
So you did a
think
good job on
I
that.
erred on that. I think in a couple of weeks it's going to have a spontaneous transfiguration.
Well, oh, what does that mean?
It's going to convert back in some capacity.
Oh. Cool. Should I be worried?
Yes. Most flesh sculpting procedures that I've been reading about call for the use of modified memory very heavily, but since I did no such thing, he will likely recall all that took place.
Okay. Including how I've treated him as a cat?
Yes.
Okay, we should probably kill it now.
I think we should wait. I'd be curious to see when the first transfiguration takes place.
Okay, is it going to happen slowly when it comes back, or...?
No, it should be a rather immediate transfiguration of at least one limb. Perhaps two.
Oh, it's just one or two limbs, though.
Yes. Though,
Alright, I can fight off a cat with 2 legs. Well, but what's the head going to do, bite?
No, likely talk.
I'm not scared of talking.
Well then.
The guy couldn't, like, cast spells or anything, right?
I don't recall him being a spellcaster. He was just a slave.
Right. Yeah, then we're fine. Cool. Well, if it happens and I don't like what it's doing, can I ice it?
Yes, I just need to know the date when it happens.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Well, hey, man, I'm glad to see that you're, like, kind of, you know, talking about flesh sculpting again. Seems like you're getting a bit back to your normal self.
I need to become much stronger.
Yeah, no, me too. We're on the same thinking there.
I've read a story about a woman named the Sea Witch who was able of crippling the entire fleet of Athon. If I could just find what magic she did it with.
Oh, wow. Sounds powerful.
Yes, very.
Cool. The Sea Witch. I like that name, too. Reminds me of, like, storms.
Well, last I've heard of her, she was in Toussaint serving out of the Golden.
Ah. Can I, like, help you find her at all? I'd like to hear about that, too.
If we have free time while we're in Toussaint, then yes. Though the last thing I heard of her was that she was conquering cities for Otto, so she may no longer be interested in meeting with normal people.
Yeah. Hate being normal.
You and me both.
Well, yeah, let me know. Glad to see that you're at least got your head straight. Anything you want to do while I'm in charge? We could, you know, anything silly.
Do you think that we could perhaps trigger one of Andre's transformations outside the context of the moon?
I think we have the jurisdiction. Do you know how?
I have a theory.
Just while he's sleeping, you go, ooh, full moon, full moon.
Yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I've heard of druids having access to a spell which displays the light of the moon, so we could seek around this city, see if any druids are in town, and then pay them to cast a moonlight spell and see if that transforms him.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. And we're just doing this to learn about it?
Yeah.
Sure. Cool, let's go.
One moment, and he will cast the knock spell on the vault, and the vault opens up as, you know, he casts the spell. He'll say, how much money do you think it'll cost? I've heard it's a 4th level. He'll hand you about 800 gold from the ship's vault.
The knock spell is very loud, right?
Insane.
It is very loud, yeah.
Sorry, what was loud?
The knock spell. The spell that he cast made this large sort of like noise as the vault opens up.
Okay, and he gives me 800 gold.
Yeah.
How much do we have total?
1,500.
Oh my god! Wow.
Can you even carry that much?
It's a lot.
Crab. I don't think I can hold all that.
Oh, okay. I'll carry half of it.
Well, but also I just want to ask, what do you think's gonna happen when we spend half of the ship's gold on like a silly experiment?
They'll probably complain.
You don't think they're gonna try and like hang me?
We're in this one together. Push come to shove, we always have this, and a little bit of flames begin to drift from his index finger.
Okay. Last counterpoint. Don't you think there's probably something more interesting we could do with 800 gold if we were already gonna steal that?
Like what? And as he starts to speak, you hear a knock at the door, and you hear one of the Marines say,
"Hello, what's happening in there?"
Fuck. I turn around and hold the gold behind my back.
Yeah, there's like piles of gold as tall as you. That's like many bags. And Crab just walks over to the door, and you hear his voice. And, like, he speaks through the door to the other side and says, "We're doing cat-related experiments." And you hear a, "Oh, all right." And then you hear footsteps move away.
I don't know, Crab. It just seems kind of...
He looks back. They're not using it for anything useful. They're just lining up their pockets. At least we could find new information with this.
Have you checked any books? Do you think that, like, maybe someone else has already found this before?
Perhaps. Perhaps we go spend this 800 gold on books then.
I would at least...
number of tomes.
I think that would be better.
Or maybe we should put it back.
I think that might be smartest, because I don't I do think they might hang me. I don't know about you, man, but I've been getting hung on the brain recently.
Your neck wouldn't snap. You'd just hang there.
I know. It's worse. That's worse. You have to realize why that's worse.
In the Confederation, they dealt with goblins far more efficiently than hanging.
I know. I would rather be dealt with efficiently. I would rather be dealt with efficiently, but I think they're gonna hang me. I know they won't throw me overboard because they know I'm gonna like that.
His eyes are he's looking a bit crazy right now, a bit manic, a bit schizo, and he'll just slowly nod and say, "Yes, I suppose you're right. You can deal with putting the bags back. The vault won't lock without a key, though, so you're going to have to explain to them why it's unlocked." And he opens up the door to the captain's cabin and walks out onto the deck.
All right. Bye, Crab. Love you.
Yeah, he walks down the gangplank and just leaves.
Doesn't say I love you back?
No, he doesn't.
Dang it.
I do need to talk to Crab.
That would have been the dumbest TV.
Dude, I would have inted this entire campaign just to kill Crab.
Yeah, well, everyone would have died, yeah.
They'll get mad.
I mean, Snort would have outdid Kaheen in fucking over the ship.
That's unironically true, yeah.
Also, you know, I think you forgot the other part. They would have turned Andre into a fucking werewolf in the middle of a harbor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, that worked?
Oh, yeah, also that, yeah. All right, well, Snort, I assume you put all the gold back and just close the vault and leave it unlocked because you have no way of locking it.
I'm just going to close it. Yeah, I don't know how to lock things.
Okay. Well, and then you leave the captain's cabin very casually.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna walk out, and then I'm gonna kind of close it, take a deep breath, and then I'm gonna just say to myself, "It's cool being in charge."
And we will cut back to Unios, Fedson, Shaibon, and Vezio leaving the Carpenters Guild. Their posting has been made, and where to now?
Free trip to
the Large Groups of Armed Men Guild?
What's the name of that guild?
Would there be a place that
that's
you find people hanging out?
That's what I just called it.
There is no large
assume
group
there's
of
some
armed
bars
men.
that are frequented by mercenaries and stuff. Maybe we could look there for a leader.
You could.
We could get maybe a band.
Okay.
Band.
Okay. You guys begin to troll through various bars. It's going to start costing a bit because you're going to be buying drinks and stuff. So remove like 7 silver from the ship sheet. And you guys head to different bars, and you find, after a bit of asking around, that there is functionally no mercenaries in the entire city.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, that's fine.
Now, if you want to go to Fort Tarako, there's a lot of them.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
just steal some off the front
bet
lines.
would be hiring very well-armed criminals.
Now there are. Now I will say, as you go through the city, and this is mostly this is mostly be like a Vezio thing, because I don't think the rest of you have much. I guess Adrian will get a bit of this as well. Like Shaibon and Unios, they're just sort of like they hear the words, but they don't get the vibes. But like Vezio and Adrian, you get the vibe that this city is very criminal at the moment. Like there are a lot, like every bar you go to, including some very nice ones, have people whispering in the corner. And while you don't speak thieves' cant, neither of you are rogues, you still get the vibes that like, oh, there's a lot of, when the army is away and the king is away and all the mages are away fighting this war, the city is backsliding a little bit.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
We
What
both
about-
speak thieves' cant. Me
Oh.
and Shavana.
I forgot you were both
we're the other
rogues.
two
Well
rogues.
then, you guys, I was just thinking about your background as like a nobleman and a carpenter. Well, then you guys both
sure we
hear
could
thieves'
find
cant
some
being
bandits.
spoken in slang throughout these bars. That's funny.
Anything interesting?
Talking about like transferring goods and purchasing large quantities and fire moss and health flake and mother what is it called? I think it's called mother's milk. And you do hear one guy. This is like the third bar you go to. You hear one person mention a merchant's pass.
Ooh, I'm gonna turn to Shaban. Does he say anything back?
Jamber.
Jamber. Oh, I think he said be right back. 2 seconds. Oh no, he said no. That was Blake that said that. Jamber.
Jamber.
All right, can we cut back to me?
Well, Jamber, are you there? His thing's glowing.
here.
Oh, hi.
Oh. Sorry.
Unios heard a mention of a merchant's pass and then looked at you.
Since it was in thieves' cant, we both
Indeed.
spoke it.
Indeed it was.
Something about sorry, something about you're trying to get this. What are we trying to do with this? I don't want to insult myself with these. I mean,
I'll turn
for
to the
tonight-
captain. To the captain and Vezio. I'll whisper, that man over there mentioned something in thieves' cant about a merchant's pass.
In Thieves' Cant, you say?
Oh, you meant to do that. Okay, never mind. I'm bad at picking up.
Let's go talk to this man, shall
Yeah,
we?
so there's two people in the booth. It's a man who looks very shady, like, you know, dark common clothes. Yeah. He was not the one who mentioned the merchant's pass. He's the one who's just sitting in the booth. The other one, the one who mentioned the merchant's pass, looks very nice. He's wearing like a captain's frock coat. He looks like Svensson with more money. And-
Oh, shouldn't have described him that way.
Oh, well.
Gonna piss off Ethan.
He's got like a feathered hat and shit, and like a well-trimmed facial hair as well. And
I'll get pissed off at the fact that some people
is
have more money
wealthier than
I
you.
do.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Insane.
Well, the shady-looking man vacates the booth. They don't exchange anything, obviously, but the person leaves, and then the four of you approach the wealthy-looking man, sort of raises an eyebrow.
I'll say, in thieves' cant, we heard you mention something about a merchant's pass.
Yeah, so just for Vezio and Adrian who don't speak it, it's basically slang. So Ionios is walking up and he's like, "Oh, I heard the moon is going through the hoopla swag," and you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But these two know, yeah, they know what's happening. And the guy says, he'll say in Thieves' Cant as well, "Yes, I can get you one if you're interested. They cost a pretty penny though."
What kind of pretty penny?
Oh, somewhere in the realm of 1,000 gold pieces.
Hmm.
Do I know what ethnicity this guy is, Eric?
He's definitely a northerner, though which of the northern kingdoms he's from, you are unsure.
Alright, I'll turn to Captain Svensson and Dendeli and say, he wants 1,000 gold for a pass.
Does he now? Well, that is. I don't think that's going to be happening.
Are you sure we were gonna spend 800 on a moon spell?
You two were.
It's like it's a pretty good deal.
That seems like a great deal when you put it that way.
Everything seems like a great deal in that way.
Do you think this is the haggling kind of thing, Unios, where you try and haggle down the price?
Do I think a sleazy guy in a bar haggles? Yeah, probably.
Based.
How much should we undercut him?
Well, what
Roll me an
kind of
insight
money
check
are we
here,
willing to
Unios.
spend? Insight check on it.
Insight check. So during your time as a nobleman, you didn't do a lot of haggling. But since then, you've been diving in face first in that pool of knowledge. And based on the vibes you get from this guy, he has a very strong position, which is that these passes probably aren't issued very frequently. He probably has a legitimate one. If he's giving you a forged one, he'd be charging you way less. So these are probably actual passes that he managed to acquire, and he's going to be clinging on to them for dear life because he knows how valuable they are. But The important part is most people who want a merchant's badge can probably just get it. So his clientele is only just smugglers. So he's going to be assuming you guys are as wealthy as smugglers who typically earn a lot of money per voyage. So you could probably undercut him by 20% at most, and he may still reject that. But 20% won't be like insulting.
I'm not good.
1 moon spell worth, you're saying?
Yeah, that is probably the minimum price you'll ever convince him of. Yeah.
Well, I can't really talk about this idea in the open. Never mind.
Sad.
What languages does Vezio speak?
Common and Tibrasian.
Ah, useless, huh?
Imagine being Tibrasian.
Imagine.
Oh,
being
and Mythos. I speak Mythos.
Oh, Mythos.
Mythos. That one could work.
I speak that one too.
If you were to
That's a
say
common
something
language,
in
isn't it?
Mythos,
There's a lot of Mythosians. I'm not sure who could hear us, and it's not something I want people hearing. So.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll just like indicate. I'll like nod towards the door and indicate that maybe we can talk later about something if we want.
All right, I think that might be too much for now.
Yeah, the guy will nod. In most contexts, it's very weird to like talk to someone and then converse with other people in another language. But in this context, it actually makes total sense. So the guy would just nod, and I mean, he's in no rush as far as he's concerned. He's got sitting on a golden egg.
Yeah.
As long as that blockade remains up, he's a millionaire.
Okay. Can I have a minute, Captain?
Well, of course.
Can we find somewhere secluded to talk?
Yeah, you head outside this building, you look around. Most of the alleyways here are occupied by not really adults. Weirdly enough, you haven't seen any merchant adults or like homeless adults or whatever. But you do see a lot of children, so you avoid any alleyways with them. And
wait, how many children are in these alleys?
not many. There's like one in the alleyway near
What
the
kind
bar.
of question is that, Ethan?
Can you just tell me to fuck off?
If you want, yeah.
When you say private, are you talking you and just the captain, or like?
No,
just the
it can be
four?
all of us, but just
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
you just go into one of the
maybe-
alleyways near the bar. A child is there, you know, underneath layers of filth, and you just sort of look at him, and he scampers
Go on,
away. Yeah, yeah. The child scampers away. Make me a perception check. We'll say Shaban.
Alrighty. Perception.
That does us in.
Go on, get, he says to the child.
He does do that, yeah. All right, so yeah, the four of you guys gather in this alleyway. And what do you want to talk about, Euro?
Who has the highest passive perception? Question mark.
14.
13.
11.
Shucks.
Shucks.
And no one sees anything with a 14, Alex?
No.
Okay then.
Maybe there's nothing to see.
Looks pretty deserted here.
Yeah, maybe.
How much do you want this pass?
I mean,
Looking at this guy.
I've killed people over less.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Look at this guy. He looks like a businessman. A couple of the boys wait for him outside whatever bar he's decided to frequent at night. He goes missing. Ends up on our ship, and then
Sure, we
I
would
reckon
have
the
to.
pass is probably worth less than his life.
I would imagine if he's talking openly about a 1,000 gold pass, that he has some sort of precaution in order.
Maybe. How long are we here for, though? If we do it quick, whatever he's got back with him, we might have time.
Yeah?
He's speaking in Athenian.
I don't particularly like it. If you could gather some more information on him, perhaps?
I'm not the sneaky type.
You know who is, though? Oh, we chased him in. Oh. Homeless children. Don't worry, guys. I've done this before.
You've been a homeless child before?
No, hired homeless children to get information and throw.
Yeah, to
people
do
at
his
people.
bidding.
Oh.
Has Adrian done it before?
No, Adrian has not. But I have, so no, trust me, guys, it's a good idea.
know, I was the victim of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I got them to throw shit on you.
Where are we headed?
We could get a bunch of the homeless children to watch him for a couple days while we're here.
That could raise suspicions.
I'm sure it could. That he'll stay here for the next few days.
As opposed to either through the blockade or into the plague-ridden countryside.
Yeah.
You're not serious, are you?
I mean, I'd rather we get the deal now and then we don't have to worry about it at all.
Well, we could have just we managed to stumble upon one person selling a pass. We could see about getting a fraudulent pass or shop around for something cheaper.
Doesn't someone have a royal... I'll look at you, Neos. You have a royal pedigree. Why don't you put it to use this time, other than for yourself, and use that to talk to the Lord or something?
For myself? You still haven't thanked me for the last time I used it.
Yes. Why, yes, you're right. I should thank you for that, because I definitely don't know what you did while you were in that meeting alone. But we're just gonna pretend that neither one of us knows what happened in there, and we'll skip on by that.
You're going to mouth off at me. The only reason you're alive is because I pulled out that pedigree.
And why did you pull out that pedigree in the first place?
Because our ship was about to be massacred.
And you didn't want to be massacred along with it?
Of course not. But...
No, I recall it being like super obvious when he came back about why
he did look very guilty after talking to the guy. This is true, but you have no concrete anything.
I mean, sure, like
there was also like
that's also why I didn't push them out.
Holding us, being like, yeah, he totally didn't rat you guys
Correct.
out.
The guy did say that. Yeah,
that guy also did. Yeah, that's right.
If you also say, if I wanted to rat you out, I could have talked about the werewolf we have on the ship or the goblin. I'll kind of lower my voice for those two. I could have talked about our wizard turning our slaves into cats, but I didn't.
You guys hear a gasp from the end of the alleyway.
Yeah,
I'll whip my head around.
You see a small child who had been leaning against one of the walls and, sort of just basically out of sight, but still listening to your conversation. And upon hearing about the cat thing,
but like keep saying like more and absurd like things as you're talking.
Well, yeah, do you guys all stop talking when you hear a gasp, or do you?
Hey kid, come here.
Oh no.
The kid pokes his head around the corner but doesn't come any closer. He's no older than like 11.
Ethan, no, come on, man.
Child, come here to these three adult men in a dark alleyway.
Ethan, don't make this game worse.
How would you like to earn some money, kid?
He scampers away. The kid runs. The kid runs away.
You want to meet a wizard?
Oh god.
Yeah, the child sprints out into the open street and begins to run away.
Yeah, no one's gonna believe him.
Probably true. Probably true. So they have a werewolf and a fucking goblin and a wizard who turns people into cats.
Where were we? Oh yeah, use your thing to talk to the Lord.
I'll think about it.
You'll think about it?
While he's thinking about it, we might as well keep looking. We still need fighting men if we're going to do this right.
I think we might be better off not finding them in the active war zone.
Reminder that Tucson is also an active war zone.
Even if they're not official mercenaries, there's always deserters, bandits around looking for good work.
Do those people tend to be good fighters?
I was a bandit once.
Were you a good fighter then?
I'm still alive.
That's a good point. Alright, I suppose you can go work on that.
We need oarsmen still, too.
Yeah, I'll go, here, Brutal?
No. What if we bought mercenaries from, what is this place called? Lombarida.
Oh, Estenia.
Yeah, Estenia. Because we could just follow the southern coast and ride that, and then cross to Toussaint, between Harrowwood and
Estenia is not currently involved in any wars.
So it's a good point, actually. That's a good idea.
You hear the ethereal voice of reach across the city and enter into your mind.
I hope not, because then I definitely think he's doing.
Yeah, you hear the metaphorical ethereal voice.
You know what Rudel would say right now.
Yeah, true. You know what Rudel would say. There you go.
Ooh, let me worship a hag.
Actually, we could just get the fighting men from Lombardia, or some other city in Estenia. Take the southern way out there. Cool, I like it. All right then.
I think that's right. We can do it. The problem with hiring on less reputable people is they don't follow orders particularly well. So if you think that's going to be a problem,
yeah, probably.
Do you know the going rate for mercenaries in Estenia?
No clue. All right, shall we head to the prisons then? See if we can round up some oarsmen.
we're just ticking all the boxes for me.
Yes, I know. We're sort of hard pressed, not able to be very discerning at the moment.
You guys make your way to the, well, you ask around, and yes, there is indeed a prison in Chalcedon. You are led to what is a very plain building. The prisons in this time period are not intended for long-term storage. Like, you're not going to serve a 30-year sentence in a prison. If it's that severe of a crime, you're just going to be killed. They're temporary holding cells before the labor of the prisoners is sold to enterprising individuals. And so it's basically just like an outdoor cage. Worse, basically it's like Fendar. But remember, slavery is illegal here. And
surely
there's a small bureaucratic office attached to this large holding cell. And there's not that many men inside, strangely enough. There's only about 8 people inside of this holding cell.
Shucks. Let's go up to the dude.
Yeah, you head
walks into the prison, not anyone in there. Shucks.
You head into the administrative office. Inside there is a large man in height and girth. He has a ring of keys at his waist, and he looks up at you as you all enter. Can I help you?
Yeah, we're looking to acquire some workers.
No can do.
Why?
King has to approve purchases. He hasn't been in the city for a year. All prisoners have been getting sold to the military. You can go to the King's War Camp and ask him.
And, I'm afraid to even ask. Where is that?
I believe it's east of Kedwin, last I heard, but that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, okay then. Time to go.
All right, yay, we stopped slavery, yay!
3 for 3, dude.
All right, well.
I feel like we stopped slavery is a strong word for not buying
we slightly delayed slavery, yay!
If you're always at war, you can't do slavery.
Yeah, they're just prisoners of war, checkmate.
I'm pro-war now.
Is that how that works?
Maybe, who's to say? Anyways, what now?
It looks like for 3 for 3, gents. So I say we go with the merchant plan, or the street urchin stalks the suspicious man plan, while Unios thinks over whether or not to save us 1,000 gold.
Well, if you would be a bit more grateful, some of you, but maybe I would change my mind.
Yes, thank you for saving our lives, Unios.
Well, if all that's left is hiring street urchins and deciding on buying this merchant's pass, then I will take my leave back to the ship, or maybe to a bar and join some other top men.
None of them have been given shore leave, but sure.
We're gonna be here a couple of nights, I assume. Especially with the carpenter that's posting. You might want to give them shore leave. They'll need it after what happened in Matathon.
Perhaps. Yep. Okay then. Let's I guess we can head back to the ship after I hire a bunch of street urchins.
Yeah. You go to alleyways pretty far from the one that you shooed that kid away because he's worried that you're going to murder him, so all the other ones run away from you as well. But you go to a place where your reputation is less well known, and you give away 6 Electrum. And you can get basically alternating shifts of urchins to watch this guy, and they'll tell you about where he goes.
Sick.
The guy selling the merchant's badge.
Oh.
So we're going to cut back. Rudel, you went back to after your encounter there, you head back to the Defiance. You head up onto the top deck. Snort is there. He's sitting on a couple of crates. No. Okay, where would it be?
I'm on the top deck.
Okay.
And I'm using like the tip of my dagger to like carve something into the deck.
Okay.
It's like small. It's just like a little thing in front of me.
Well,
does he notice me?
No, I got my head down working hard.
Alright, I'm gonna try get a little bit behind him, be like, still in one piece, are we, Snort? Just to try and scare him a little.
Yeah.
What you got there? I'm gonna lean down, see what he's carving.
Yeah, you cannot read it. It is a collection of a loose collection of runes that you do not recognize.
Is it dwarvish?
It is not dwarvish.
Is it goblinoid?
It might be goblinoid.
What does it say, Snort?
Nothing.
What does it say?
Captain Snort.
Claiming ownership of the ship, Snort.
I like being in charge.
Clearly.
Well, thank you for watching the ship, Captain Snort, and I'll salute him.
Yeah. I'll salute back. Rudel, you're my closest friend.
As are you.
Good God.
Ah, thanks. Anyways, you come talk to me about something?
I've actually come to ask where Crab is. Is he still in...
Oh. Yeah, maybe don't talk to Crab.
Why not?
He's just kind of, he's kind of got some bad ideas recently. I used to go to him for good ideas, and now he comes to me with bad ideas.
Dude, if you think they're bad ideas, that's terrible.
Yeah. Well, hey, okay. First of all, I don't get why everyone thinks I'm so fucking stupid, man. I have better ideas than half the crew, maybe half the senior officers. I mean, what?
No, that's more of a joke on my part. I apologize.
Okay.
I think people assume that your ideas are terrible because you're
culturally different.
Fast to jump the gun on murdering people.
Culturally different. Yep.
Culturally different.
Fair enough. You got me.
Yeah, I did.
Hopefully there wasn't too hard feelings.
Well, no, it's okay. You're my closest friend. I'll get over it.
Thank you, Snart.
Yeah, anytime. All right, yep. And I just keep carving.
Great. Well, the two of you guys are chilling on the ship when
I'm gonna go find Crab.
Where are you going?
Oh no! Not Crab.
First, I'm gonna look in the captain's quarters.
He's not in there, but you do notice that the ship's vault is slightly open.
That's pretty bad. I don't want to go near it just in case any other senior officer tries to blame me for it. So I'm just gonna walk out and try and go down lower in the hole.
Okay. Yeah, you look into the lower decks of the ship. You find the top men. They're all sitting around the crate gambling. You find the surgeon who's in the corner. He's not saying much. And there's one of the Marines down here sleeping on a hammock, but no Crab.
I'm gonna go down to the lowest hold.
No crab.
Not even in the bathroom?
Nope.
In the bilge?
He's not on the boat, huh?
No.
Well,
Casey.
alright, I will... Yeah, I'll actually wait for, on top, to wait for Svensson and the others to come back.
Okay, well.
Wait. Does he come back to the top deck where I'm still carving?
Yeah.
Then I want to say, are you sitting around? What are you doing? Thought you were gonna find crab.
He's not here.
He's what?
He's not here.
What do you mean he's not here?
He's not on the boat.
Okay. I drop my dagger and I begin to I don't not run, but like a quick walk, like a very deliberate walk.
Yeah, where are you
You gotta
going?
keep track of your crewmen, Captain Snort.
I go to the captain's quarters,
Yeah.
and I throw open the treasure chest and I look inside.
It's all still there.
Okay, and then I push it shut and then I sit on it to try and get it to lock.
It does not lock.
Okay. Okay. All right, I come back out and I go, whew.
Busy down there?
Yeah, just don't worry about it, man.
Busy with the chest?
Nah, just don't even worry, Rudel. I got Captain Snort's got it all under control.
Does Captain Snort need help?
No, Captain Snort means it when he says it's all under control.
Okay.
Stop fucking asking, okay?
Just trying to help a friend.
I said, okay.
Snort is aggravated.
Okay. Well, I hope we find crab soon.
You want to go gamble with the others?
No. What? No, you go though. You go.
I go.
I'll watch things here.
All right. I'll head down.
Okay.
I pick up my dagger and there's a big smile on my face as I continue to carve Captain Snort.
Okay.
His feet are kicking in the air.
No. I should describe how I'm doing this. I've got like my legs sprawled out like toddler mode, and I'm carving kind of in between my legs.
Jesus Christ. Dude, Shaibon's gonna lose his fucking mind.
It's not that deep. It's just like low impact graffiti.
Fair enough.
It's not like anyone
Low
who searches the ship
impact
will care about
graffiti.
goblin
Wow.
being right.
Yeah.
I don't think most people recognize Goblinoid. I think it just looks like lines to them.
Most people don't, but those who do, it's Jover.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. All right, Captain
Hopefully this won't
Svensson,
come back to bite me.
You and your cabal of fellow officers return to the ship, Svensson, and no one is on the top deck except for Snort.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Snort. And I'll trump back into the captain's cabin.
Yeah.
Captain.
I'll follow him.
Al?
The treasure chest is open, but everything's in there.
What?
Yeah.
I'll burst into the captain's cabin.
Yeah. Only you and Unios have the key, so that's very concerning. And yeah, the chest is open. It needs to be relocked. And do you go and count all, like 10,000 pieces?
I tell Unios to count it while I go and find Rudel.
I'll say as you leave, I know he must have took something. Sticky finger.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go find out. Mezia, come with me. Rudel?
Alright. Yeah. Hey, Svensson, Svensson and Vizio, you guys descend the steps and you hop down the ladder and you see Rudel is sitting around a crate with literally every other member of the crew, 14 other people, and they're all gambling on a game of dice.
Rudel, why the hell is the chest open?
I have no clue. I went in there to look for crab, and it was open.
Where's Crab?
He's not on the ship. I don't know.
Why did Snort know that it's open?
Maybe he was a part of opening it.
Snort? And I'll prop back up to the top deck.
Wow.
He's just the ship's dad.
Snort, why the hell do you know that the chest is open?
Alright, because Rudel went in there, and then he said that he couldn't find Crab, and I was like, if Rudel's looking for Crab and Crab's missing, something's going on. So then I went in, and I noticed it was open, and I tried to close it by sitting on it, but I don't got the weight.
Yeah, and that's not how that works.
Well, no one fucking taught me how it works, so I did my best while I was in charge of the ship.
No one taught you how locks work?
Listen, I didn't know. I thought that maybe it was like a push to close, twist to open. Is that so unreasonable? I had a lot on my plate being captain.
Wait, what?
I was captain. No one else was here.
Rudel! Come up here this time.
Okay. Alright, and I walk up.
You left the ship?
Yeah, I went to the, the bar where all the, the captains hang out. I thought I might do some helpful work while I'm sitting around and find out more about this, blockade that's going on. Maybe find out if we could get an advantage of some kind, but the only thing I could find out that maybe is kind of useful is using a scroll of pedigree to convince a local lord that we're worth it.
So not only did you abandon your post, but you didn't even get anything useful when you did?
Look, if we want to argue post, then Georg's in charge, but we're not yelling at him, are we? He's asleep.
True.
I wonder why we're not yelling at Georg, like...
Because he's drunk and asleep. That's the answer.
Yeah.
So he wasn't in charge.
Is that how it works?
You can't just like get mad at me because like I abandoned my post. He abandoned his post first. Like, come on here.
Not. The worst part is you left Snort in charge.
I did a good job. You can trust, Captain. We've said that I deserve more respect. You've admitted that. Everyone's admitted that. I did a good job watching the ship.
Did the chest not get opened while you were gone? I'll look at Rudel. I.e., when Snort was in charge?
Look, all I thought he was gonna do was sit there and, like, fucking play patty cake in the corner. That's all I thought.
That amounts essentially to what I did.
And yet, the chest is open somehow.
Yeah, and Crab's gone. I did lose Crab.
And let the chest get open.
I feel like it's kind of mean to say I let that happen. Was I supposed to be sitting there watching it?
Well, no, I suppose not.
I just figured one of you forgot to lock it. I didn't think it was like such a big deal.
Well, there is over, 1 million pence in there.
Yeah. So I like sat out here to make sure that no one went in there other than Rudel.
What?
One of you two better hope there's nothing missing. I haven't decided which one yet, but one of you two.
I counted.
And I'll go to help Unios count it.
Yeah. You join him on the floor of the captain's cabin and begin to go through pent by pent and silver by silver and electrum by electrum. And luckily, you have an accurate ledger so you can figure out what is there and what is missing. And the answer is that nothing is missing.
So we opened it. Nothing is missing.
Poor Rudel's up to one of his tricks again.
No. Evidently Rudel was gone.
Could he have taken some with him somewhere, then brought it back for some reason?
Now we're
No, let him cook. Let him cook, damn you.
I mean, he could have done that, but...
Perhaps he wanted to buy something, but the sale didn't go through, so he's biding his time till the next day.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll inspect the lock. Does it look forced or anything?
Yeah,
it just works.
It does look forced, yeah.
It does?
Yeah, because it's forcibly opened. Yeah, the little mechanism that kept the thing locked, the little tine inside the lock, was quite literally like forced open, like the metal is bent.
No.
So someone with incredible skill of lock just unlocked it.
He is an artificer.
I'm gonna roll an int check here.
I think Arcana would apply better, but
okay, I didn't know because I wasn't proficient in that, but sure, that's fine.
Sure.
That as well.
Same shit.
I wonder if he has knock.
Artificers cannot learn knock.
Unfortunately, I think that's a way too specific information for him to learn on that check.
Yeah, no, yeah, that I don't. Either knock. Brutal.
Yes, sir.
Do you know knock spell?
No, artificers can't even learn knock.
Insight.
Intentionally fail. I want to blame him.
I think you can't quite get a read on him. He's too good at lying.
True.
I would ask Crab, but I don't trust him either. But I suppose he's not here to ask. He probably knows knock, the bastard. Oh, wait, I know. Get someone. I don't care. Literally anyone who isn't here already. One of the random crew members. Get one of the Marines.
Alright.
Okay, yeah, you go below decks, you grab Taloy
Obviously,
Bat
there's a
Bayar.
super easy way of figuring this out.
You grab Taloy Bat Bayar from the gambling ring at the bottom of the ship. He climbs up to the top
Taloy
deck.
made it.
He did make it. Yeah, Taloy will walk into the captain's cabin.
Did you hear a loud, like a really loud knock echo across the entire ship at some point while we were gone?
Yeah, I knocked on the captain's cabin and Crab said he was doing cat things.
Just Crab?
I didn't hear anyone else's voice.
Alright then. Alright, that's it. Go back to gambling.
Yes, sir.
Alright, Rudel, Snort, I apologize for being so hasty to blame you two.
Don't worry, man.
It's not like it happens every day.
But hey, I just want to say, I held down the ship.
With the hag.
From what I hear, you left the ship still.
Yeah,
you left your post in the past.
I'd rather you didn't do that.
Again, if you want to dunk on me for leaving my post, you also gotta get Georg for that too.
I don't know, I didn't tell Georg to watch the ship while I was gone.
Isn't that kind of inferred with like first mate?
I mean, not when he's passed out drunk.
Dude, can I just get passed out drunk and like all of my jobs are just void?
You would when we first left the city state.
Dude,
guys, listen.
A little more than once.
Once or twice every now and then.
You don't need to yell at Rudel because I did fine. I did a good job. Nothing bad happened.
Well, no, but also it wasn't your fault, so not a huge deal on you.
I know, but I'm saying that, you know, no harm, no foul, just Snort.
Get out.
Okay. Thanks for not throwing me.
You walk out of the captain's cabin.
That was very well timed. I'm so glad we have that saved in a VoD now.
What?
Well.
Just like, no harm, no foul. Get out.
So, what now? We got a crab on the loose.
Well, either he never returns to the ship and all of our problems are solved, or he does return to the ship and I can yell at him. Well, I can carefully tread around my questioning of him.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Warn us to stand far away if you do that.
Dude, wouldn't that be so
basic? 25 feet maybe?
Or stand close enough.
Could you imagine, he shows back up, he's like, crap, did you open that? And he's like, yes, I was gonna use the money to turn dude into a
Andre
werewolf.
into a werewolf? Insane.
What are you gonna do about it? Fireball.
I wouldn't even wait for my answer, just fireball.
Alright, cool. So, is there anything anyone wants to actively do, or are we waiting for some things to tick? Obviously, we're waiting for the carpenter responses. Oh, Rudel. What are you doing? What are you cooking?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, until Svensson gives shore leave, I'm kind of on thin ice. More so with Unios and then anyone else.
Dude, oh, he's so based.
It's just like
every issue the ship has ever faced is Rudel's fault. This is known.
True.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we're waiting for the rest of today then, because we don't have shore leave yet. So
I will give the nerds shore leave.
Do you give them any money?
Yeah, we'll give them some money.
Luckily, it's going to be a lot cheaper this time because there's only
20. How many do we have?
24, including the cat.
The cat does not get fucking shore leave money, Alex.
No, he does. He does.
Actually, including the cat.
Technically a person. It has a person's soul.
Yeah, if he's gonna turn back into a human, and he's gonna be like, "Why didn't you give me shore leave?"
I'm sure that'll be his first question. We have 23 members of the crew.
Dude, I'm so upset. I can't edit the sheet to say that he gets 5 ship shares.
Yeah, 5 ship shares for the cat.
How much do we normally give them?
It varies.
Depends how long we're staying. I'm just gonna give them each an electrum. I'm not doing...
Classic. 23 electrum.
It doesn't seem like a lot.
It's not, but
I don't know, man. Give each of them like 2 electrum.
No. We'll do that later.
Okay. Whatever.
All right, you give out 23 electrums, subtract it from the sheet.
Unios is molding too much to do math.
Everyone add 1 electrum to their sheet.
Okay, if that's the case, then I do actually have something I want to do.
Paul, he's so rich now.
Dude, I have so much electrum.
All right, shore leave begins, and for tonight, is there anything that anyone would like to do during the evening?
I want to try and find Crab.
Cool. Where are you gonna go?
Just gonna, I'm just gonna pay some local merchants to report to me about a very tall Water Confederation man who's very scary and very clearly a wizard because he's in fine robes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like he's very...
I feel like if you put out a description like that, he's just gonna get hit.
I mean, yeah. Do you can pay some merchants, remove like 5 silver from your sheet.
Yeah. All right.
None of them have they'll keep an eye out, but this evening no one is going to tell you that. Oh, by the way, I saw this guy.
All right. Yeah. I guess I'll go to, what is it? Yeah. I guess I'll spend a good, I don't know, what time is it right now?
Well, you got shore leave at around 5 p.m., so just as the sun was going down.
Okay, I guess I'll stay out for 4 hours, kind of just keeping an eye out for Crab, but...
And near the docks?
I mean, are we allowed to go inland?
You got shore leave, yeah.
Yeah, then what is it?
So what sort of places are you looking for Crab?
I think we'll start with nicer part of town. So no, he wouldn't go to a magic shop. Where
He's
would
very
he go?
poor.
Yeah. Where would he find a place that is most vulnerable and has just I don't know. I guess back alleys.
Okay, you go look for Crab in back alleyways for a couple of hours, and you do not find Crab.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, is there anything else? Yeah?
Still gotta... I'm gonna take my... What is it? I'm gonna take my repeating shot off of one of the cannons, and I'm gonna create a copy of a bag of holding.
Okay.
Is it obvious that he's doing that?
No. You have zero understanding of artificer magic. If there were any artificers on board, then like a level 1 person would probably recognize it. But yeah.
How's this? Do I see him magically fucking with the cannon?
No, he just walks up to it.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
cool.
I don't even think he has to walk up to it. Can't you just end the effect whenever you want? Yeah,
I could just end it whenever I want.
Yeah. It'll only become obvious next time someone shoots the cannon and they watch a cannonball fly out and they're like, wait a minute, that's supposed to stay in the gun. We're supposed to have a magical cannonball firing.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's not like we're about to run a blockade.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So yeah, you reabsorb that and you spend the evening creating a bag of holding. Very cool.
I have something to do with.
Yeah, snorty snort.
I would like to go find, like, I want to get close to the water at some point, or somehow, like, maybe an empty part of the dock, or walk out onto the beach somewhere, but just, like, on the water away from people.
Easy enough.
Okay. Am I on a beach or a dock?
It's a beach,
or what?
yeah. The docks are all pretty occupied, so you find a beach in between 2 piers. There's, like, a couple of pieces of rotting driftwood on the beach, but other than that, it's relatively empty.
Okay, very hype. And then I would like to, in the water primordial language, Aqui or whatever, I would like to shout out, "Hello!"
Yeah, it sounds like the rolling in of the tide, and it echoes across the water.
Nothing.
Not this time.
Okay, then I'd like to jump in the water and practice swimming for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. It's cold water. It's frigid cold water. Not like that nice little cove you had in Galadrim. You also don't have someone else to like back you up, so a couple times you like fully fall underwater and you have to like crawl to shallower parts of the.
Yeah, well, then I cast move water to.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You make an air bubble around your head. Okay, actually, yeah. Since you have move water, it's a lot less scary because you can just push come to shove air bubble.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You practice playing in the shallows.
Actually, I would like to take an air bubble with me and get, like, kind of down deep into the water.
Yeah. Yeah, so with the air bubble, you're actually able to see through parts of the harbor. Down here, underneath the city, it sounds so different. The way the noises move through the water makes it sound almost like a reef of some sort. And you can see all these old posts of where there was once pillars. I mean, this city has been used for hundreds of years, so there's tons of detritus filling this harbor. Every inch of the harbor floor is covered with shit and garbage, basically. Random stuff that's accumulated from hundreds of years of inhabitation.
Cute. Yeah, so I want to get kind of as deep as I think I can with still having enough water to get back up.
Yeah.
First of all, as I go down, any, like, buried treasure?
You do see a couple of shinies, but they turn out to be copper coins.
Okay, I won't pick those up. Maybe, on the way back, I actually will pick those up. But
okay.
While I'm down here, and I'm kind of as deep as I think I can get, I want to try again in the water language. I want to shout out, "Hello!"
Yeah, this time it sounds way different because the sound of the sort of rolling waves, it takes on an almost ethereal quality. It starts to sound a lot more like when you speak, I think it's Auron, the one that you speak to the storms. When you speak that in a storm, it sounds different than if you speak it normally. And now that you're this deep underwater, almost fully submerged in it, the language sounds different than when you're on the surface speaking into the water. And in front of you, you see the water begin to shift a little bit. It looks like water. There's no sign of any creature within the water, but the water itself in front of you seems to shift, and you feel a sort of pressure move along your arm.
I look at it.
Yeah, you just see water, indistinguishable from the rest of the bay around you.
Hello, I'm Snort.
You feel all at once, the water seems to surround you. So basically everywhere except for your head, you feel this pressure as something fully envelops you and starts to press inwards, compressing, sort of like rooting and searching around.
Whoa, hey, careful.
Your water bubble even starts to like constrict a little bit, and you start to feel pressure building up around your head, and then the full thing releases a little bit.
Hey, you talk at all?
You see a singular bubble travel up to the surface.
Do you want to? Can we talk up there? Maybe. I can't hold my breath down here.
You feel a movement, sort of like a rushing of waves, and you feel this creature with not it pulling directly on you, but by pulling on the tides of the water around you, is pulling you deeper into the bay.
Into the bay? That means out from the shore, correct?
Out from the shore, deeper into the water. Yeah.
How's my air doing?
You should probably, I mean, if you want to make it back, you should probably head it back pretty soon.
What if I just wanted to make it to the surface and then I could swim back?
You'd be
like
fine.
I'm not like critically out of
if you
air,
just
right?
want to go, if you just want to go straight upward, then yeah, you're fine.
Okay, then I'll go with it.
Yeah, you get pulled deeper, and it gets dark very quickly.
Yeah.
It reminds you of those
Cool.
wrecks that you searched, and
Yeah.
you just start walking. And now the harbor
I
is
have
no
dark
longer.
vision.
Yeah. The water is no longer littered with filth. It's just
Yeah.
silty, sandy, similar to the one in Galadrim, and you're able to see into the darkness. And you still can't distinguish this creature from the surrounding water, but you can feel its pressure. It seems to almost be like prodding you, like touching different parts of you to be like, what the fuck is this little thing speaking my language?
Yeah.
And I think it's moving slower now than it was up there. It seems to be more calm in these deeper depths. When it does begin to like press against your arm, it's no longer this like very quick high pressure thing. It's like a gentle sort of smooth rub, and it's just sort of exploring you.
Cute.
Yeah.
Hey there, buddy. Careful.
And
I'm Snort. I'm a booyag. I'll just kind of tell it about myself while we walk.
Yeah.
I like storms and I like the ocean and I speak I speak this language and a couple others.
Yeah, you see a school of fish sort of circling above you. You know, there's lots of life down here, crabs and lobsters and fish and stuff. And when one of the fish sort of squadron starts to move down closer to you, you see this. It's really odd. From your perspective, it looks like the water almost solidifies, which doesn't make a ton of sense, and then it presses against the fish, so they all instantly scatter in the opposite direction. Like this creature, whatever it is warding them off from you.
Cool.
And then it returns, and you feel this sort of gentle current carrying you out deeper into the waters.
How's my air?
And, this probably should start going up soon.
Can you wait right here? I will be right back. I just need to go get more air. Stay right here.
A couple of air bubbles. Yeah, a couple of air bubbles appear in the air and begin to float towards the surface.
Okay, then I'm going to... Let's see, how do I do this? I think I just have to release the air bubble, or like stop casting the spell, let the water wash over me, swim upwards, grab more air, come back down.
Sure. Yeah, you paddle upwards, and your swimming isn't great, so it takes you're buoyant, which helps a lot, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But it still takes a lot of force.
That's what I do, is I just take a big inhale of the last of the air.
Yeah, and then you just float as you kick and push upward, yeah. And by the time you're at the surface, you are burning. Every tissue in your body is burning. You breathe in a massive gulp of air, and you are out of the harbor. You're like 15 feet beyond the harbor gate, or beyond the lock leading to the harbor. And you take a very deep breath and look down beneath you, and you just see, sort of dark, angry waters.
Yeah, I go back down.
Okay, you form an air bubble, you travel back down. It feels like it takes a lot longer to get down than it did to get back up, and you feel the currents of this sort of, now you're in just the straits, so you can feel the current sort of washing you side to side. You know that when you pop back up, you're going to be in a different spot, and you sort of land back on the silty floor here, crabs skittering about, minding their own business.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, I'm back.
Nothing seems to happen, yeah.
Hello. Friend?
A fish begins to swim towards you. It's on the larger side. It's like a foot long. And it just starts to circle around your little air bubble.
Yeah. I'm gonna move the air bubble so that it kind of pulls it in.
Yeah, when the fish plops through your air bubble, immediately falls, because gravity takes over, and then it splashes back into the water, and the fish zooms away as quickly as possible. It freaks the fuck out. That was not what it was expecting. So yeah, this fish just goes away.
Hello? Hello? Oh, man.
Just Snort at the bottom of the seafloor, darkness all around him, speaking into the void. Hello?
Come on.
Dude, Kazos is gonna lose his mind over this one.
Hello?
Yeah, you scream out, and only the inky blackness looks back.
Alright, well, listen. Tell them that I am Cousin Snort, the Booyag, and that I wish to commune with the ocean. goodbye. And then I'm going to start walking back to the surface.
Yeah.
To the shore.
Yeah,
I'm going to walk underground on the shore because I think that's honestly easier than swimming.
I would agree, yeah.
So...
Yeah, you begin to walk back. Now that you are no longer, you didn't realize just how much you're being protected by that force, because lots of other creatures start to, crabs come over and you have to keep them away from your toes or they'll pinch you. Little lobsters, use their little locomotion of like curling up their body to move closer to you. Fish sort of swim all around you, and you have to, you get the occasional thing of getting slapped in the face by like a fish's flipper, because it gets into your air bubble, slaps your face with its tail, and then it splashes back into the water. It's not a pleasant journey back, but it's cool. It's very pretty. And eventually, heaving for the last couple breaths of air within your little air bubble, you emerge out onto the beach.
God damn it. I don't know what these things are, but they're so fucking hard to get a hold of. Just want to ask, hey, you know what the big maze is?
You speak to the air.
Time to sleep.
Yep, you snort on back to the Defiance.
And I'm going to make sure I grab my rock and hold it tonight.
Yeah, what are you going to whisper for tonight?
What's a maze? Tell me about the maze. Give more specific instructions.
All right. Cool. Is there anything else anyone would like to do during Shore Leave tonight? Yeah, what's up?
Yes, there is. I would like to call Unios into the captain's cabin.
Yeah, Unios is still counting pence, so he's already in the cabin.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to BRB.
Okay.
Unios?
Yes, Captain?
I know what you did when they took you away from the craft interrogation, alright?
This again.
But, you're right, it did wind up saving all of us. So, not much to be done about it then. Just don't make it a habit.
I won't make it a habit if you don't make it a habit of telling them where we keep our thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Silence takes over the captain's cabin as you continue counting the last of the pence to make sure that everything is still there. And very late that evening, everyone is asleep. Brutal eventually returned, unfruitful in his searches. Unios finished counting the coins and played a couple games with the boys below decks, and then went to bed. Shaibon repaired, he buffed out some of the scratches that Snort had done in the top deck and decided to go to bed. And Vezio drank very late into the evening, and then with his Marines returned and got some sleep. So it's just, well, Adrian, you're asleep as well, but you are woken up as you hear your cabin door open.
Oh, okay.
Your eyes sort of open up immediately, because that's an uncommon noise to hear, and you see a sort of dark silhouette standing in the doorway. There's too little light in your room to make out like any features, but based on the height and the skinniness and the sort of billowing robes, I think you can kind of guess who it is.
So you Crab?
Yes.
Why was the chest open?
I opened it.
Why?
I was going to take 800 gold.
I'll sit up. Uh-huh.
I was going to take 800 gold.
Why?
I wanted to perform an experiment.
But you didn't.
No. Snort talked me out of it. Said that it would be unwise to take 800 gold from you.
Okay. Don't do that?
You see a light appears in the room, a single little smoldering ember, almost like a little flame, sort of rising up from one of Crab's fingers.
And why is that?
Because I'd rather you didn't. You'd be stealing from the crew.
And the crew that we had hanged? The crew whose, due to your incompetence, is now dead.
You're entitled to initiate a vote. Vote me out.
If I were to initiate anything, it would not be a vote.
Yes, I'm sure. But then what would you do?
Leave. Find my father.
Then why don't you? Now.
I do not know. Either way, he, sort of flicks his finger, the little flame disappears. He walks over, not towards you, but towards the opposite side of the cabin, which contains the desk. Technically, it is everyone's desk. It's actually your desk for doing accounting, but he is almost always there. He walks over to the desk, picks up one of the books. I just came to grab this.
Yeah, I'm just watching him.
Yeah, he will leave the cabin.
Go back to bed.
He's a little bit unhinged lately. Just a little bit. Alrighty. Well, the following day, you wake up. Let's remove another electrum from the ship. And, what are we doing today, fellas?
Talking to crab.
Okay.
Did they say if
Waiting,
they would?
I guess.
Did they say if they would come to us with the carpenter's stuff, or?
The carpenters will
are we
come to you.
supposed to go there?
I got something.
Okay. Well, we'll do Rudel first. So, Rudel, you wake up bright and early in the morning. You head over towards the hammock this crab is usually sleeping in, and he is asleep there. His book is sort of open and, like, pressed against his chest.
Oh, well, if he's sleeping, I'm not going to be the guy to wake him up.
Okay. Snort, what are you doing?
I want to go back to the seafloor, but this time instead of trying to talk to things, I want to see if there are any alchemical reagents that I can harvest.
Ooh, which
seems
ones
like
are
a
you
good place
looking
to
for?
get stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if I was supposed to come up with something in particular. I can go read the document and get back to you.
Sounds good. So, Rudel, you wait until, like, 10 o'clock. Everyone else has started their day. Shore leave's still going on, so most other people have gone to shore to enjoy that. And at around 10:30 in the morning, you begin to smell a very unfamiliar scent. It's coming from the lower decks. It smells almost like spiced something, like some sort of spiced ingredient. You don't really recognize the smell, but you can hear like the sound of boiling, and you can hear Crab's voice sort of muffled through the planks of the deck.
Oh, yeah, I'll go check.
Yeah, you head downstairs. The surgeon and Crab are sitting on either side of one of the barrels, and they have each of them have a cup of liquid, and there's sort of like a central teapot. But rather than be filled with tea, there's some sort of like strange brown liquid filled with lots of spices that the two of them have poured out into their cups, and they're both sipping.
What does that smell?
Crab will look over.
It's coffee.
Coffee.
Spiced coffee.
I don't think I've had that before.
It's not very common in the East. I've only heard of it being drank in the colonies. And Mythosia.
Where did you acquire it?
I bought it last night.
Do you mind if I take a sip?
He nods, and the surgeon will get up. He has some cleaning to do at his station anyways, and he'll hand you his cup.
Alright. Thank you, Ethan.
Sorry about that.
That's alright. You sit down across from Crab.
Is there anyone else down here?
Shaibon, are you doing repairs on the ship still? Like, what are you doing in the early mornings? Because the ship's at full HP, so like, are you just doing touch up and like?
Oh, then I'm doing my little personal carving, my little miniature. That I'm carving it.
Well then, Shaibon is in this bottommost hold, Rudel. He's over in the corner, laying on like one of the crates, or like sitting on one of the crates, carving a little piece of wood.
Yeah.
Shaibon, I think I saw Snort carving on the top of the deck again. You might want to take a look.
Again? literally never done that.
Can I not have a moment's rest? And I'll, like, fucking, like, make a big act out of, like, just having to sit up, like,
Yeah, you sigh heavily and pull some, you know, fucking eye boogers out of your eyes and try to look as tired as possible and then climb up the ladder to head to the top deck.
I think for the mission that I've been given, Rab, I'll need the potion.
All right. And he will cast a spell, you know, verbal components, somatic components, etc. And he sort of like curls his wrist back, almost like he's about to grab something, like sort of bending his wrist. And then basically out of thin air, he pulls the potion out of like that space behind his wrist. And then he hands it over to you.
All right, I'll put it in my bag and I'll head off for some shore leave.
Okay. Where are you going in particular?
I guess, yeah, I do need, like, the guy to be like, yes, yeah, he is available at this time.
Yeah.
Shit.
Shit.
I guess I'll, like, go back again and I'll act a little more interested in that item. Just to be like, oh, yes, this one. Just be like a
Okay, so you're not going to wait?
No, I will wait.
Okay, great. All right, so you sit on the deck of the Defiance, and let's cut back to our good old friend Snort. So, yeah, to provide some context, we're using a herbalism and alchemy document for this, and there is a table for collecting ingredients underwater, which you are more than capable of doing.
The author is somebody named Dalagrath. If the users, I want to cite our sources.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's the H-Bomber guide. Yeah, no, that's fair. Dalagrath, alchemy, and herbalism, homebrew, I think that's what it's called, something like that.
Something like that.
So I don't really want to pull it up, and you're looking at it right now, so I think it's fair to say you can probably just roll on it, right?
Yeah, I think I have to like pass an herbalism check, but I also have the entire day to find something.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, so there's one thing I do want to pull up, which is so I'll pull it up real quick.
I roll 2d6, and then I get something from it.
Sounds good. The only thing I want to check is rarity, because there is a certain rarity of items which would not be present in
I got
a random bay.
Rackwort bulbs.
Rackwort bulbs, and find those.
Which the rarity of
underwater.
a Rackwort bulb is.
Oh yeah, no, this is perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, but hold on, I can find their. They are rare.
Yeah, no, I just found the description for it. It said, you find. So this isn't really underwater. It's more so you start by searching underwater and you find some things, but as you're sort of at one of those areas where the coastline meets these large rocks, which sort of that have been placed here. There's a word for these. I don't remember what it's called. But they're like these large boulders that are placed to make a wharf. And along the wharf, touching the water, right on that line, you find these large white bulbs that are somewhat like mushroomy-ish. And you can collect a Rackwort bulb.
Nice.
What is the Rackwort bulb?
Yeah, can you describe it visually?
These huge white bulbs can be found on small yellow mushrooms. So there's a mushroom, and then there's a large bulb, like sort of building off of it, sort of like a tumor.
Yeah, so I'll pick it up, and then sorry, so this wasn't quite underwater, you said?
Yeah, it's where the water meets these large boulders.
Cool, so I'll take out my little dagger, and I'll cut them off.
Mm-hmm. They
exude
a stench, which makes you sort of wrinkle your nose.
No, I pick them up, and I go...
He sniffs it in. Yeah, he absorbs it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool, and since it's rare, that is worth 40 to 100 GP.
We'll scale it down to EP, but yeah, that would be accurate.
So we are scaling things down?
For this one, we are, yeah.
Okay.
Because herbalism and potions are not that rare in Valeros.
Seems like when I have to buy them.
Yes, Giga Chad.
But when I get to sell them.
Have you guys ever purchased potions before? I feel
I tried to buy ingredients in the last city, and
that guy was scamming you. Yeah. Oh yeah, that guy was schemazing.
Okay, yeah, I bet he was.
He literally was schemazing you. But yeah, cool. You have Rackwort root. Do you only get to search once a day?
I have no idea how it works, but I'll take that.
I'm gonna read it real quick. Gathering during downtime.
Oh, it's 1d4. Okay, yeah, roll 1d4. You get 1d4 ingredients during a short rest.
Four. Damn it.
Okay, you get Rackort Root. Alrighty. Cool. Then we can cut back to Rudal. It's 11.
Oh, and did nothing come out of my stone when I slept?
No, unfortunately.
Sad.
You and Yarrow can now, shake hands. You can be united in the fact that both your gods give you absolutely, incredibly vague leads and now expect you to pursue it without any additional details.
I don't even know if it's my god.
Or your source of your power.
I'm not even sure if that's true. That's just what Crab said.
That is what Crab said, yeah. Rudal, you're chilling on the top deck at around 11 a.m. Everyone else is either gone or having a breakfast that they have to make themselves. And there's a lot of really bad cooking being done on this ship now that David is gone. Like, you are actually wasting some rations just because people are making unedible food. And you are chilling on the top deck, Rudal, and a courier walks up to the gangplank. And, since most ships are pretty intense about who comes aboard the deck, the person is just politely waiting at the bottom of the gangplank.
I'll slide my way down.
Greetings, are you Master Stronheim?
Yes I am.
Well, I have a message here from Lord Merlin of Oddities and Curios. He has an appointment that he's willing to meet with you at 2 in the evening. He would like you to confirm the appointment.
Yes, I can confirm.
Alrighty. And the courier will, jog off.
Alright. And yeah, I will. Do I want to do anything in the meantime? I don't know. Probably
okay,
not.
That's fine. Vezio, how are you enjoying your shore leave? What are you doing with it?
Jeez, what am I doing with it? I just saw, how many of us got executed?
90 of 110.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find the cheapest, shittiest bar and just sit there.
Yeah,
I've been through I've lost a whole group of people before. It's shit.
Yeah, this is the second time you've lost basically everyone that you know. Like 3/4 of your Marines were killed.
It's so over for us. I don't even know. No.
It's Jover.
If anyone's trying to find me for anything, it's
so you're in a cheap bar, and as you're sitting here in the bar, just sort of head slouched over, none of the Marines are still with you. They all went back to the Defiance, and you came here bright and early in the morning. There's not a lot of people in here, but a person sort of steps inside. They look like a city guard, but they're probably off duty. Like, they're wearing the tabard of the local lord, whoever he is, but they're not, they don't have weapons on them. And they sort of walk over the bar and sort of slouch down next to you, and they look vaguely familiar. And as the guy sort of glances over at you, his eyes sort of widen, and he says, Vezio, is that you?
I'll look out.
It's me, Kuyav, from the Black Rams. And he removes, he sort of removes a helmet that he was wearing, and you still don't recognize this guy. When you knew Kuyav, he wore this massive beard, and he looked a lot like you do, just not bald. But now he's clean shaven, and there's some scars on his face. He looks so different to when you last saw him.
Yeah, come sit down here.
I thought you were dead. How are you here?
I thought you were dead.
It'll stand up, it'll walk over and sit down next to you. Oh, damn. How are you alive?
The noble leading that army charged me and got himself killed.
I saw that part, but then me and the rest of the men had to pull back and I lost sight of you. I assumed you died with all the others.
I got lost in the confusion when I looked up off that noble. Saw we were breaking, so it was over. I took the horse. I thought everyone was dead.
His eyes sort of drift down and he wraps his knuckles against your breastplate. This is what that noble was wearing.
Yep.
I guess you had enough time to take his breastplate in the confusion. Oh, man.
I'm sort of at a loss for words.
How'd you get all the way over here? What are you doing?
I was originally a mercenary, but I got hired on. After, you and the rest of the Vanguard, we assumed all of you were dead, and the Captain General, he thought about signing on with Kiage of, whatever principality. I mean, there were so many options, but, at that point, I'll be honest, I was kind of done with all that, so I went west. I joined the Legions for a couple of months, and then, well, and he sort of whispers, then I deserted, me and a couple other Legionnaires. We caught a boat headed westward out of Parla. And we came here. The king of this land is paying top dollar for mercenaries. I don't get that fancy pay anymore. I just get normal retinue pay, but you could be making a small fortune. I've heard him paying 10 gold a month.
10 gold a month, you said?
Oh, yeah. With that armor, you could even pass yourself off as some Eastern Knight. Get yourself some bogus surname. They're paying those knights 50 gold a month.
I need to come back here. I signed on a shipwreck. Green Sergeant.
A ship? Have you ever been on a ship before now?
It's been a few months now. Still haven't quite got the shipwrecks, I'd say. It's better than trudging around in the mud for months at a time.
Have you heard anything from the Black Rams? I lost contact with them after I left.
I thought we were destroyed. Are they still active?
I don't know. I left a couple weeks after, and I know that a lot of other people were thinking the same. After the Vanguard was destroyed, we lost all of our best men. Parts of our baggage train was pillaged during the ambush. There must have been only 100 maybe left after all of that. I'd be shocked if the Captain General managed to keep it all together.
Do you know where they are these days?
No. When I left him, they were in Donoslaski. But I'm not sure where they are now. You had some squeeze in the company, right? Some girl who would always follow you around. Have you gotten in contact with her?
No. Last I saw, her section was under attack.
We lost a lot. Some of the Boyer's troops struck our baggage train. I don't remember the woman's name, so I couldn't tell you if she's still alive.
You said where?
Last I heard, Donoslaski.
Try and get myself together. Do you have? Gonna look around it. If anyone's got something to write on.
Yeah, the bartender will, seeing you look around, will walk over. He seems to recognize Kuyav, and he'll sort of give him a nod, and he'll hand over a little piece of parchment that he has behind the counter, and he'll go fetch some ink. It will cost money, but don't all things. And he'll get you an ink and some parchment.
That's some ink. That's all I have there.
And what do you want from him to write down?
The place that they were last seen, so...
Donoslaski.
Yeah, that one. I happen to be... Our ship needs to hire on some fighting men. I know now that...
I see that look in your eye. Listen, I'm getting paid quite a bit to just sit around and, strike a couple of drunks with truncheons and arrest them when they talk too loud. Being here in Chalcedon is a good gig.
Crazy.
I'm not going to lie to you, it is a dangerous job. Right now, the pay is very, very good. I could potentially get you signed on with shares.
What sort of ship would take you all the way here? Is it some sort of merchant?
Not quite a merchant. We're privateer, say out of my breath. But we've fallen on harder times recently.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We were once those types of men. I haven't forgotten those days, but I mean, unless you're offering a king's ransom, I'm getting 5 gold a month here, reliably. No one will hang me.
And not risking death is a good deal. I won't ask you to pass that up.
How much is your ship offering?
What are the shares currently worth?
A share on the vessel is currently worth, let's just math. So we have 30 shares, we have 1,500 gold. So it would be this number divided by this number. A share is worth 52 gold right now.
Right now, a single share is worth 50 gold-ish.
He whistles. Jesus, 10 months of pay?
It would take some effort for me to convince the captain, I think. We're talking, the people we're hiring on, we're not going to be splitting our shares, obviously. But I could make an exception for you.
Where's the destination?
Toussaint.
Toussaint.
What are you doing there? What are you going there for? I mean, I know you're pirates and you're always looking for, you know, the most vulnerable areas, but I would have thought that'd be Galadrim, not Toussaint.
This is official work, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Although it is, we have to make sure someone there is no longer going to be a problem to one of our benefactors.
You know, it's funny, back when we were in the Black Rams, you know, there was no innuendo to it. We'd say, you know, we're killers for hire. But it seems like once you get to those higher strata, those noblemen, they always like to rinse themselves off. When I first got here to West Exeter, I told the knight who was recruiting me that I killed people. That was my job. And he looked at me all gross-like, you know, said that I was some sort of, you know, thug from the East. But that's exactly what they all do. They just like to say, oh, we silence people, or, I mean, force order or whatever. It's silly. 10 months' pay.
It's up to you. I can't guarantee it will be a safe journey.
Do you trust the captain?
I don't think he would betray us, but...
But do you trust him?
A lot of people recently. If you asked me this a couple of weeks ago, I would have said yes. Now I'm not so sure.
Jeez. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm interested. It's a lot of money. But if I leave here, I'll be branded a deserter and never be able to come back to West Exeter. Well, if you're really low on personnel and you can't find anybody, I'll think about it.
And I've got a counter offer for you. If you end up staying here, I might come back in the future. If you can get a word in for me, be able to split some of my profits from this journey.
That'd be easy. If you're looking for work, I could get that for you in a heartbeat. The captain of the local garrison, he's so desperate, he started recruiting, you know, those kids on the street who hold clubs, think that they're tough shit. They never actually killed a man, but they think that, you know, because they beat up some shopkeeper when they were 15, that makes them a soldier. If we could get an actual soldier, a man like you, I mean, I'm sure he'd pay you 5 gold a month, no problem.
Have some Marines on the ship that I'd swear by as well. See, I don't feel right leaving them right now, but...
It's good to see that you haven't changed very much. I'll send letters to, I know one person still in Osseous, a former Black Ram. He's working in the Legions. I'll send him a letter, see if he knows if the Black Rams are still together.
Right. Well, that would be great. I'll try and make my way back here when I can, but I don't know when that would be exactly.
All right. Well, it sounds like we got a lot to catch up on. and he'll buy you some drinks, and he'll be more than happy to hear about all the shit that Vezio has been up to, and he'll be more than happy to share all the things he's been doing, all the silly stories, all the very dark stories, because both of you have been killing a lot of people since you last spoke, so a lot of stories to tell. Yeah. So
when you see your old homie and both of you talk about all the people you killed,
and then Vezio is like, "Well, actually, I killed fish people too." It's like, yeah. So you guys have lots of time to catch up. So Shy Bon is chilling. I'm guessing there's nothing you want to do today.
Get mad at Snort.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would be doing.
That's all right. You can just chill and vibe and chill.
Get mad at Snort.
Okay. Unios, Snort, and Adrian, is there anything else you would like to do today?
I think I spent the whole day
harvesting,
looking around.
Yeah, snorting around.
I think I'm gonna explore the city a bit. Nothing in particular I'm looking for, just anything interesting.
Well, Chalcedon is very similar to Gladel. It's a monarchy. It has, I mean, well, in some ways. One thing that's notable is that every once in a while you'll see a half-elven building, because this is the capital city of a half-elven kingdom as well, technically. The Kingdom of Westbar's capital is Chalcedon, so there are a number of like communer shrines, which is the Westbar half-elven religion, next to Jade Lady temples. There's a district of the city that has like a bunch of elven sort of architecture buildings. So I guess for Unios, this would be like hell. But yeah, it's a very, I mean, and compared to any of the Mythosian cities you went to, it's small. Compared to the city-state, it's small, but compared to any city you've seen in Western Valoros so far, especially compared to anything on Galadrim, it is huge. It's 60,000 people plus, so pretty big.
All right.
Cool. Well then, at around 3 in the afternoon, Adrian, you're on the top deck. You're trying to cook something for yourself, trying to make an actual meal out of the rations in the lower hold. And Shaiban is on the top deck, just whittling away. Down in the lower decks are starting to get a bit pretty chilly, because you're starting to get well into winter now. And as the two of you are chilling on the top deck, someone is walking down the pier towards your ship.
Okay.
They look a bit shy.
Terrible.
Yeah. The person walking down the pier doesn't look very. They look very Shaibani. Like they have like normal clothes. They have like a sort of trimmed beard.
That's a good sign.
They have sawdust stuck in their hair.
That's an excellent sign. I'll send someone to find Shaiban.
Shaiban is on the top deck carving something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And the person will, without much regard, climb up the gangplank.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here for a job listing.
You a carpenter?
I am. And you're gonna give me a free trip to Amiens.
Yes! Yes! Let's go! Let's go!
Yes! Well, I didn't think that would be the thing drawing people, but yeah.
I mean, it's not cheap. Unless you want to get stashed in one of those, sardine ships, you're gonna be paying a couple of lectrum, and I've always wanted to travel around.
Yes,
that's good. That's good. I imagine you can do carpentry.
Oh, of course. I'm a furniture maker.
All right, Shaiban, I'll have you test him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna test like his direct carpentry, but I'm gonna check how he does against like specifically like boards of a ship and like making sure like the wood is like adjusted for the prow, you know?
Yeah, so here's the thing. He doesn't know any of that shit.
Okay.
He doesn't make ships.
No, I just wanna,
yeah, when you explain how would you replace this board, he just sort of looks at it and starts to do it the normal way, and you're like, oh, you're about to actually flood the ship. That is not how you do this. And so you have to talk him through, but he's a very quick learner. He introduces himself. His name is William, 2 first names. And he's a proficient carpenter. In terms of the ranking of your ship, he would be considered a carpenter journeyman, definitely not a master carpenter, especially not on a boat. But he's clearly done it for a bit. He's pretty young too. He's still only 23.
That'll do then. That will do.
Okay. Now he does have the fee that you enclosed, the 15 gold a month, is fine for him. So that is what he will expect. So we got William, a human, 23, journeyman, carpenter.
Should we tell him
a little bit of training in terms of specifically ship carpentry, but I learned quick, so he can learn quick as well.
Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue.
Out of character. I don't know that I should say it out of character.
I heard what you said. You said, should you inform him that you're pirates?
I don't think we're pirates anymore.
Well,
I mean, we're not, maybe, but like, also, we're still...
Guys, we're reformed.
Guys, we're still going to kill someone, so...
I don't know about you all, but I will not advocate for any piracy on the way. And bro,
I'm sure William was okay with a cheeky bit of murder.
I recall bro is getting off the boat at
Amiens.
So
That is true, yeah.
Care?
Free trip to Amiens.
I guess he doesn't care if he's getting off the boat at Amiens.
Yeah, that is the only person who comes to the ship today for that. You do get an update, though, Svensson, in regards to the urchins.
Oh, good. And then I'll also go find Unios to ask him if he's decided to use his pedigree to get us the thing.
Yeah, so in regards to the urchins, so here's the thing. I don't know how much you want to know about this person. I can tell you all the places that they go. Like, is there anything in specific that you're looking for?
Yeah. Did they ever see him actually show the thing to anyone?
Yeah, they saw him sell it to somebody.
No.
It's Jover.
Was he looking for other people to sell to after that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he has more. Yeah. Does he have guards at like his house?
So yes, he lives in a very nice house near the Merchants Guild. Additionally, when he was selling things, he did it in alleyways, but he had like 8 people with him, all posted up in the alleyway, because it was 1,000 gold, which is like, one of the kids is like, it was like 50 bags of coins, so you assume that to be around 1,000 gold. And so, you know, massive quantity of money, $1 million exchanging. So yes, he does have tons.
$1 million.
$1 million. So yeah, he has a lot of guards during the actual money transfer. But they report that when he's in bars and stuff like that, they don't notice any guards with him.
What kind of guards? Are these just like thugs with clubs?
No, they were in
like
half plate. They look like one of the kids. Like most of the kids don't know this word, but one of them will indicate he's like the king's retinue. You know, like night-like people.
Oh, guys, that sounds like kind of a tough nut to crack, especially if he takes 8 of the dudes with him.
If he has something that's like the king's retinue, it sounds like he might be in the pocket of the king.
Well, he's getting those merchant badges somehow.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just buy it.
Maybe we should just buy it.
No, lol, I'm not buying that thing. That's so much money.
What would you prefer?
Well, we could get it legitimately if somebody with a pedigree scroll might fucking swallow their pride.
God damn it, fucking Xander, I'm not. Jesus. Not every answer is piracy.
I don't know, maybe it is.
No way. No way.
What do you mean?
How come the good art couldn't come when it mattered?
Yeah, piracy guy says that piracy is not the way.
Pirate says it's bad to steal.
The good art then didn't involve saving money.
So true, King.
Yeah, no, we're not pirating. We're saving money. We're just returning a profit. It's not pirating.
That's so true, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Unios about using his
Unios,
pedigree.
where would you be at around 3 in the afternoon?
I'm walking around town still.
Okay, well, yeah, you asked one of the
seething the
helping
whole time.
and also
Seething
seething.
and paranoid.
Yeah, you ask one of your children that you're okay. Let me rephrase that. You ask one of the urchins that you pay if they know where children. You ask if they know where Unios is. They indicate no, they do not. So instead, you just wait on the ship and around.
Like a spy network around the city. Well, what's going on with these urchins?
You just pay children.
Yeah, dude, it's like we did it during Limits of Man.
Yeah, it's incredibly sad if you think about it.
But that was like for a specific job. But this, like, have you seen Unios? Like, are they just out there like keeping tabs on the city?
Yeah, they share info so they can make the most money collectively.
No way they're unionized like that.
They're not unionized. Bro, you should see it in the city-state. There they have the Beggars Guild.
Hire them for a purpose. They have a Beggars Guild?
Yeah, which is like a legal entity. Yeah, they're like a legal entity that does information brokering between gangs.
Oh, wait, a legal entity?
It's legal, yes. It is fully legal.
Oh, okay.
That is so hype.
Yeah,
Insane.
and Yarrow hates it because they charge reasonable prices.
Wait, they do? How dare they?
Because they don't take a silver to give like information worth $1 million.
You can't just scam orphan children.
No, you cannot scam orphan children in the city state.
Okay, so yeah, you just wait until later that evening, and around 4 o'clock, Unios comes back. He has some sort of strange West Exeteran street food. It's just a bread pocket with meat in it, but to you, it's some strange Western cuisine. And Unios will, climb the gangplank, eating this nice, tasty meat pocket.
A hot pocket. You got a hot pocket.
How much?
Really hate the word.
It cost you 1 pence.
Really don't.
Like
You
what?
know.
1 pence.
$1. Unios.
Adrian.
That's tasty. Have you decided to use your pedigree for getting the merchants thing?
Let me ask you, what exactly would we tell them? What would be my sell?
I mean, you could perhaps offer the actual ship's services to them.
They didn't much care for that when I offered it in Hassan.
Huh. Well, you're not being accused of piracy here. I mean, just, you're a nobleman. You need to get to Amiens to conduct some kind of business for the city-state. You seem to be being held up here. Also depends on the nobleman, I suppose. You could tailor the reason to them.
Well, what sort of nobleman do you propose I go up to?
What rank did you say, Alex?
Count or higher.
Count or higher, so we'd find whatever that happens to mean.
Eric, what is a count? Do I outrank them in the
city-state?
bloodline?
In the Delian League, you don't have nobility like that. There's in the Delian League, there's 3 types of nobles: lesser nobility, greater nobility, and then city lords. That's it. That's the whole rank structure. Here in the West, they have some fucked up shit called feudalism, and that shit gets complicated real quick.
Weirdos. Okay. I'm going to say, well, I suppose one idea would be to tell them that we need to get away from Hassan. They don't like us, and that may garner sympathy for West-Exeterians, whatever they call themselves. But
West-Exeterians? I'm not sure. But, alright. I mean, I'm not sure I will be included in the meeting, so this will have to mostly be on you. Because our beat the guy up for his thing idea is not gonna pan out.
I'm shocked.
Yes, I was just as disappointed.
Damn.
Well, if you send some people with me to help me research who we might approach, then it would be good to remind you all where I come from.
Yes, I'm sure it would. But, yeah. I mean, who do you want?
Who's good at investigating?
Oh shit. Snort arrives.
Spend your urchins on it you were talking about, though. Trust me when they come back with some.
Alright, I suppose I can ask the urchins.
Guys, send in Snort disguised as an urchin.
Wait, guy, why do we think an urchin's gonna know the detailed political history of West Exeter?
He won't, but Snort will.
I got disguised self and really good investigation.
Oh shit, we got Shaibon and Snort acting like children.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, sure. I'll have Shaibon come with me, but I'll be.
Alright. What exactly are we doing?
Right now, we're just looking for someone we might approach about getting a merchants pass through the blockade.
All right, let's get a history check for Shaibon and Unios. Because there's a bunch of ways to go about this. Could involve talking to people, could involve reading, could involve, like, basically those two. And the two of you combining your brain cells together can learn that the Lord of Chalcedon is the king. He rules directly over the city. He's not here at the moment, so he cannot give you a lord's writ. He does have someone who speaks on his behalf. That's the queen. Also, probably not the way to go. So that leaves you with lesser nobility that are here in the city. Sorry, lesser than kings, so still very powerful people. Most of the counts are with the army, so they're not here. And you start to go through this list, and it starts to get very extensive of this person is not here. This person died a couple years ago. This person's with the army. This person's with the army. This person's with the army. And eventually, you finally come to the person, the only noble who is actually in the city that is not the queen and is assisting in the running of the government is the Duke of Rivenrocks.
Aren't we just there?
You were just in that city, yeah. But he's here in this city. He's in Chalcedon, ruling over the country with the queen.
Okay. I was about to mental doom.
That would have been very nice. Go back.
What do we know about the Duke of Rivenrock?
So he's 50 years old. He is disabled because a horse fell on him and broke his legs, so he can't be with the army.
Funny thing to picture.
Yeah, so he can't be with the army, so his son is leading his house's military. He is relatively talented. Yeah, his son's with the army, with the king as well. And functionally, him and the queen are essentially running the entirety of the country because the king has been very occupied fighting a war for the last 3 years.
Alright, so he's the guy who runs...
Well, the queen does. He's like her assistant. His official title is Chamberlain of the Crown, but who cares?
Feudalism.
Yeah, literally. It's not like the titles mean anything. It's not based like Mythosia.
How do I sell?
They don't mean anything?
No, not really.
No.
Alrighty. Did we already talk to like the Merchants Guild themselves here?
In regards to
getting one of these, like
you would have to become a merchant in
West
Exeter.
It was a whole process.
Yeah, it cost 7 years of your life.
It was like Mythosian style too.
It was Mythosian style. The guilds do be pulling out the bureaucracy.
Fuck those guilds, dude. Why does everywhere in the world have the Money Changers Guild? Why is it the only guild
We've talked
that's
about
everywhere?
this before.
Because they have lots of money.
Why can't it be something shitty like the fucking
guild?
I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Cool.
I don't know, man. Like the Lawnscapers Guild or some shit. Why can't that be
guilds like those
everywhere?
do exist, and they are everywhere. The only difference is that they're not all unified behind the same governing body.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, anyways.
No.
What do we want to do with the Duke of Rivenrocks?
So, I see a couple options. One is that we're in a war zone. It stands to reason they would need weapons.
Yeah, but they're talking like army scale levels of weapons, not, what you have.
Yeah, they're not gonna give us 1,000 gold piece worth thing, and that is saying if it is worth 1,000.
Or like 2 ballistas.
Yeah, no.
What if we just give that one guy like 1 ton of amber for a fucking...
Wait, he's cooking. I don't think an amber is worth 1,000 gold though.
Yeah, but 1 ton of it.
You have 5 tons of it, and I don't think that's worth 1,000 gold.
What about cinnamon?
If you are willing to start dipping into your cargo, you can just pay him the 1,000 gold. You have more than 1,000 gold of stuff on your ship.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
We didn't even try haggling.
Also true.
Yeah. Like I said, we could say like Pathan's out to get us. They're convinced we're pirates. Can you please let us through? But that would make them think, oh, these guys are pirates.
That's very funny. The deep state's out to get me. Let me through.
What was that guy who we like took his clothes?
The Baron of some shithole in Hathan.
We should ask
that guy was very upset.
We could name drop how that guy hates us.
That would help.
I will say, I think you overestimate the enmity between like a lot of these nobility because like
a lot of them are related. Like the King of Hathon and the King of West Exeter are related, so they don't like actually hate each other in that sense. They're just at the moment completely geopolitically not aligned. But like,
they're just willing to send men to die for them.
Yeah, but they won't die. Like if they capture nobles in battle, they ransom them back. So it's like the nobles aren't actually they don't hate each other that much.
It's the common folk that hate each other.
Well, not even.
because the ruling class forces the lower class to turn on each other.
Yes. Spit, Chomsky, spit. Spit. Bro, I'm gonna manufacture some consent to hug Snort. Smile.
You do not need to. It's already there. That'll take a little bit of love.
Manufactured consent.
Ben, can I run a?
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Imagine being in the military and not knowing.
Not knowing about consent?
No, that's not the bit.
It's a Chomsky quote. Don't worry about it. Anyways, Blake.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna write a fan fiction about Snort.
Many already do. You're late.
I say we just haggle the man down to like 700. And pay
okay,
for...
Xander has looped back to the idea of paying for a merchant badge.
No. Why?
Oh my God, we're stun locked. We're stun locked.
We
just
are
do
actually
something.
stun locked. Well,
Just
you
do
know, I have
something.
something perfect for this.
Blockade.
We're gonna cut to Blake. So, Rudel, you get at around 2 in the evening. You have an appointment. So you get on your finest fine clothes. You clean yourself off with prestidigitation, and you make your way to Merlin's Oddities and Curios.
For this interaction, I'm not gonna be like having my guns on me. I'm not gonna be like, having my armor on me. So I'm just gonna be looking like a full noble.
With no signet ring. Curious. So poor. Well, you arrive at Merlin's Oddities and Curios at exactly 1:58, and the person inside, who you of course recognize, does not open the door for you until 2 minutes pass, in which case he opens the door at exactly 2 o'clock and lets you within the antechamber, opens up the door beyond, and within you see a singular man standing in the center of the showroom. You've seen him before. You've seen the room before, not him before. He wears deep blue robes inseated with sort of purple inlay. Despite, this sort of fancy name, he's relatively young. Looks like he's in his 30s. Clean shaven, bald head. He has a little, silvery skull cap over his head. So it's a weird form of headwear. You've never seen anyone in Eastern Valoros have their hair quite like this. And as you enter, he will flick his fingers, and all across the room, a dozen different magical lanterns will turn on, completely transforming the light of the space. And he will give a deep sort of bow in your direction and say, "Welcome to Merlin's Oddities and Curios."
I will applaud him and be like, "Very, very impressive. You must be Merlin."
I am.
Thank you. I appreciate taking my taking my request at such short notice. I appreciate
It's all right. I was able to get a couple of moments away from the Queen.
Now, you see, I'm in a bit of a predicament. I came from far to obtain a magical curio for my beloved from the east. She's a Mythosian noble. It is the last voyage I will obtain before our wedding night, so I wanted this to be a special occasion.
Will you be here for the 30th? Because unfortunately that is the next time of our auctions.
I will not.
It's very unfortunate. Unfortunately, I cannot make such exceptions. My writ from the king demands that my goods be made available at a fixed timetable so that the king's representative can arrive and purchase such goods.
The only thing I can think to offer is more magical goods.
An exchange could be talked about. I've done such things in the past, and I'd be willing to hear what you have, but I'm afraid unless you are able to get a specific easement from the king, then I can't help you in this regard. I would be violating West Exeteran law to give you anything.
Easement?
Yes, the king would have to permit that you purchase stock before it's been made available to the general public.
So no bartering can be taken place?
No goods can leave this shop until it's been made available to the king's representative, or except in the case of a special easement. Perhaps you could convince the captain of your vessel to stick around for a couple more days.
How many more, what is it? It's the 13th or the 14th?
It is the 19th.
Oh, the 19th, wow. So that's...
11 days.
11 days, Jesus. I don't think we're going to be around for that long. And so, what he's saying is, I need someone from nobility to write
No, he needs
that...
the king. Or one of the king's representatives to say that it's fine for him to sell it.
And the noble that, what's their face they're going to talk to, like, it doesn't count, the duke?
No, it would need to be the king or the queen, because the queen's the king's representative.
Shit. I don't suppose I can, like, disguise myself as the king and be like, yes.
You can certainly try.
No, that wouldn't work. I'm supposed to be on the Eastern Front or whatever.
That would be very funny. Marlin, make an exception for my good friend here.
All right,
where is he? Where's your good friend? Oh, he'll be in a minute.
Yeah, he walks out, comes back in. That's some fucking Scooby-Doo shit, bro.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm sorry if a deal can't be made.
No, it's quite alright. I'll think of something, but thank you again for your time.
Of course. And if you do manage to get an extension on your stay in the city, I'd be more than happy to talk about some of our special stock that'll be at the next auction. Too fancy to even be stored here. Or if there's scrolls you're interested in, those I can sell without the king's assent.
Now, am I allowed... See, the predicament I have now is I don't exactly have the coin on me. I spent the last of it on another luxurious item that I will also give to my beloved, but...
His expression changes quite a bit.
My thought was I could exchange some of this stock, and I'll pull out the, like, the potion and the, one of the bags of holding for the other to extend your stock.
Well, I would have to investigate these items thoroughly, but I could exchange for scrolls. That is something I'm allowed to deal in, but full items I simply cannot do.
Full items you cannot do?
No.
Ah, alas.
Crime. Do crime. Commit a crime.
Alright, I have to... What is it? Yeah, excuse me for one moment. I must think to myself for a bit.
Of course, and he walks away to the far end of the room, opens up one of the locked doors and disappears, and you are left alone in the showroom.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Dude. What do I do?
Do it. You smash it.
Ask for like a tour and just fucking...
Smash it. Cast a spell. Do it.
You guys are the devil on his shoulder.
Do it.
Like,
you are actually Clamratha
like,
Whispers.
He obviously has like spells that tell him if shit's up.
Oh, you don't need to make it far. You just need to break it, and surely Clamratha will save you.
Surely.
Do it. You know you want to.
Blake, this whole campaign, you've been wanting power. You've had some fumbles, but this is your time. This is your time to really do it right.
Is there glass like covering the thing?
No.
It's just open right there for the
open,
taking.
right there on the table.
Right there for the smashing.
Do it.
You can run fast.
Do it.
If I run fast enough, I can...
There's nowhere to run, to be clear. There's a closed door that leads to the front entrance where the bodyguard is, and then the back door, which is where the Merlin went.
Clamratha will help you.
Rudolph's smart. He's got a trick up his sleeve.
That's true.
Okay.
He's got a trick up his sleeve.
Do it.
Do I?
I don't know. I'm just repeating what Jackson said.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
You require action first.
Is Rudo really a guy to sit here and him and haw? No, he's a guy to get things done.
Is he?
That's why he's the bosun.
Do it.
Dude, Ben, you are a demon.
Do it.
Oh, fuck, dude.
What could go? Okay, seriously, like let's just list out like what could go wrong. He's drawing blanks. He's drawing
I
blanks.
caught and I get executed.
Okay,
Like,
but you would have served Clemretha.
Yeah, but dude, like the problem is like if she could cast a spell like on this plane, she would have done it. Like she wouldn't need me to destroy this if she could just like gusting wind knock the shit over.
No, that's once this is done, then she could.
Yeah.
Maybe what you help escape from the thing will help you. She said something.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, ignore the warning from Clemretha telling you if its eyes glow red, run.
No, that's the guy. That
was the guy. If his eyes start glowing, then Brutal should run.
That's the guy that sells, not the guy that's trapped.
That is true.
Hold on, I'm cooking.
I feel like you're saying you're cooking. You're just gonna walk over and push over the lantern.
Release explosion.
Well, if I had a crystal worth 100 GP, I could send in an invisible homunculus to do it.
Do you have 100 GP?
No, but I could sell something.
A fire breath potion worth like 400 GP.
Yeah.
That you stole. Do it. Do it. Blake, are you gonna be like a coward kind of guy or like a cool kind of
guy? Hey, no way.
I think I'm going to just like I don't know if like he's gonna come back, but I'll tell the bodyguard that I'm gonna say go up as I pass by and be like, I'll be back. I think I shall liquidate my assets. Come back.
You'll have to schedule a second meeting with Merlin.
I understand.
All right then. And he opens up the interior door and then the outer door through like leading out of the antechamber, and you exit Merlin's Oddities and Curios.
Wait, does he sell like gems for spellcasting?
Nope.
Totally. Okay. So I'm gonna look for a place that sells gems for spellcasting.
Well, we are actually at our time, so we will save that.
We lost like 20 minutes to.
And we lost 12 minutes of yapping at the start. Does anyone have to go?
I just said I'd play League.
That's we're happy to save you from that.
But if we're ending,
I'm so sorry, bro.
No, we'll go a couple minutes more. Just to save you from League. Okay.
Do it.
Yeah, Blake, where do you want to go? It's like 2:10 in the evening.
Is there like a magic shop that sells like?
There's a component shop along the street as well.
I'll go to the component store.
You head on in. There's a Westbar half-elf, tall, sickly, gross, pale, skinny, behind the counter. And the back wall is covered with every single component for basically every single spell below 5th level.
Excuse me, sir. Do you buy potions?
Potentially.
I'll whip out the potion of fire breathing.
All right. He will grasp it in his long, lanky, gross elf hands, and he will begin to ritually identify it. And his eyes sort of roll back into his head. And you sit there, you sort of tap your foot. Look out the window, look at the weather. Watch Unios walk by, eating a meat pocket on his way back to the ship.
Let's go.
And he, after he finishes identifying, he says, "Yes, I could buy this off you."
Great. I believe the standard rate is 500.
No, I'll pay you 150 for it.
Ooh. Well, there, you've got a deal.
All right. And he will pocket that potion, head into the back. He'll return a little bit later with 3 bags filled to the brim with gold, and he will turn them over to you.
Please. I only need 50 of those. I would like to purchase a gem.
All right. What spell is this for?
This is for
Tell him identify, right? Because that seems a lot less sketchy.
Yeah.
Identify as a pearl, I believe.
Ah, never mind.
Is it it's a 50 GP pearl too?
Yeah.
So, I was okay. Then I was totally wrong.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
fine. That's fine. That's fine. What's the spell?
What's the spell? Oh, it's a what is it? Sorry, dude, my mind is blanking. I'm trying to read it. It's just my
Is it on the what? Why do you need 100 gold crystal?
Yeah, it is a homunculus serpent.
What is that? Is that a spell?
It's an artificer infusion.
Ah, okay. Does it say anything specifics about the gem?
No, it's a gem or crystal worth at least 100 GP.
So, I
Robbie
just need to
Mullen.
check something real quick. No, it's not that. It's not that. I just need to check something. Because I think this may come from the forbidden text. I think it
Does
comes
it?
I think it may come from Dash's. Book 5e. I can't.
Well, wait, doesn't like all of Artificer?
No. Artificer is published in like 4 different books. It is from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. Oh,
Are you going to ban it in the middle of a campaign?
It was already banned at the start. He never should have used it. All Tasha's stuff is by default not allowed. Would you still like to liquidate the potion?
No, if that's the case, then I will not want to liquidate the potion.
Alrighty, you have a potion of fire breathing again.
How far is... Do you think I can, like, melt the... Like, break it if I just drink the fire potion and, like, blow it at the thing from the door of the, of Merlin's baubles or whatever?
You could certainly try.
How far is it?
Kill whatever.
It's a 30-foot range of the fire breath. I would say magical items are generally indestructible, by the way, unless you have an incredible force that you are using. So just heating something up will not destroy a magical item.
How does she expect me to break it if, like... If it's a magical item?
It's a good question.
It's for you to find out? Question mark?
Place it in front of the cannon.
Based?
You know what? I have an idea. I'm gonna ask Crab to pretend to look around too, and I'm just gonna be invisible behind him.
Okay. You head back to the ship. You head into the captain's cabin.
Throw Crab under the bus.
Within, there is Crab and Captain Svensson. Svensson is still in the process of trying to make himself dinner. It is currently borderline edible, and Crab is reading a book in the corner.
Crab, you should come check this out. It's a shop full of components.
I have no need.
I insist.
He looks at you.
I'll glance up.
Yeah, and the three of you are just staring at each other.
Look between the two of them.
You
Go back to trying to cook.
Crab just stares at you.
Yeah. I'll give him a look like, come on.
He'll also give you a look, which is like, he's a little bit like, he looks at you and he looks like he wants to murder you. You haven't done anything to annoy him today, but he looks really angry.
Yeah, all right. Shit. You know what? Snort's up to bat, baby. Snort, I'm gonna need.
You head back out to the top deck. You go to the lower hold. There's a little gambling corner, and you see Snort among them, among us.
I'm not gambling. I just watch.
Yeah, just watch.
Snort.
And I go, I'm sitting around the gambling, and I'm going, "Ooh yeah!" Anytime something happens. Ooh yeah.
Snort, to help for a minute.
All right. All right.
Follow me.
Okay. I kind of waddle.
And as we're walking, Snort, can you change your disguise to make yourself have finer clothes?
Yeah.
You're gonna help me a bit, Snort.
Okay. What are we doing? I've had a long day. I was underwater a lot.
We're obtaining power, Snort. Vast amounts of it.
Oh, what am I gonna get?
I'll go down to Snort's level and say, if you help me, Snort, I could pep you in on it.
On what?
Power, Snort.
Yeah, well, like, what am I gonna get?
Hard to describe.
One time there was another booyah who said I was gonna get something hard to describe if I helped them, and then they beat me in the head with a stick.
It's true.
This is true.
What they later said they meant to describe it as hard.
Snort. The reason what I'm about to offer you is the reason why Unios and Adrian condemn me.
Oh, the hag? And I say that like a little too loud.
Yeah.
I'll like look at him and be like, what is your problem?
That's just more of like a blurt out, not like a trying to say it loud.
Yeah, one of the sleeping people in like a hammock a room over is like, oh, what's that?
You want hag help?
I could offer it to you too.
What, you want to... What do you mean?
You could get this power too.
I already have power. It's from the storms. I'm trying to get in contact with them.
But you could get more.
Ooh. What kind of power have you gotten?
Oh, my skills and intellect have increased.
Your intellect?
Intellect.
What was it before?
I don't know how to describe an 18 versus a 20. Just for free, but that is... Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think you got a lot of skills, but I wouldn't put your intellect as top.
But think about it, Snort. This is simple job.
Okay, what do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? You can't really tell what's in it for me, but what do I gotta do?
It's simple, Snort.
Okay.
I'm going to be invisible behind you.
Okay.
What you're going to do, you're going to go to a very specific store. You're going to make a request to... what is it? I'm mind blanking, like in IRL. What is it called again? Make a fucking...
Appointment?
Yeah, you're going to make an appointment. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to make an appointment.
We're going to go in while I'm behind you. And I'm going to... all you need to do is distract the wizard.
Distract the wizard.
While you do that, I will grab an artifact and attempt to destroy it. And then we will leave, and nothing... and the job is done.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, boss. You're starting to sound like Crab.
Well, are you saying you don't have what it takes to obtain power?
If that's what it takes, getting shot by a wizard in his own store, then no, I don't have what it takes.
He won't accuse you. He won't know what... He won't know what's coming.
What do you mean? Halfling walks into his store, artifact breaks, I'm the only one in there?
No. I'm not going to break it in there. I'm going to wait until we leave.
Okay, Halfling walks into his store and something goes missing.
Well, you could disguise yourself as something else, can't you?
Yeah, but it has to be this height.
I would like to request an Arcana check by Snort.
Okay.
And maybe Rudel too.
17.
Suppose either of you could recall this. Rudol.
Yeah.
Arcana.
Rudolcana.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Regardless of anything else, there is something called an invisibility ward. It is something that strips invisible creatures of invisibility, and they are really expensive, don't get me wrong. They cost a fucking fortune for each casting of it. Basically, they're just glyphs of warding queued with the EC invisibility spell. So, they're very rare, but if someone has a king, like a royally sanctioned magic shop in the middle of the capital city, this may have invisibility wards.
Riddle. Bet you didn't think about the wards.
No, I did not, because they're extremely expensive.
But this guy sounds like he has money.
He does sound like the real deal.
I got an idea for you. You just need to break a magical item.
What was that noise?
What?
I said, oh, because Ben had a good idea. I'm ready for his
I have
idea.
an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So all you need to do is break an item, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like?
Like a lantern, kind of.
So it's like made of glass and shit?
Yep.
Okay, you walk in there, shoot it with a gun, walk out.
I don't think they'll let me walk out.
Well, shoot them then, with your gun.
Snort,
I'm really scared of guns.
You know what? Maybe the initial plan was right of just getting like a sack of gunpowder and placing an expert and lighting it.
Yeah, doing some IRA strats.
I just want to say, right? You said that when I would go in as a halfling, that I would be able to just walk out. But you're saying that if you go in, they wouldn't let you walk out.
I mean, if I make a very obvious racket, then yes. But if something just happens to go missing, then it'll cause less of a disturbance.
I'm sorry, boss. I just can't help you with this one. You're still my best friend, though.
Thank you, Snort.
Yeah, say it back.
Back to the drawing board.
Say it back.
You're my best friend, Snort.
Thanks, Rudel. All right. That's gambling.
Well, as you get ready for the evening, I think we'll give you a week between sessions to think about how to deal with this now that you know what the actual threat is. So we're going to end it there. We'll come back tomorrow at the start of October 20th. Still room for more carpenters to take up the offer and join the ship. We still need to purchase some things. We need to figure out how to get around the blockade. Lots of stuff to do, but and of course, Rudel and the magic shop. We'll save all that for next week. So I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.